Hello and welcome back to Matt Hayes' Tottenham blog and to another live watch-along. Today it is Tottenham Hotspur versus West Brom at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I'm joined by the Irish Hotspur, David Harris, and a little bit later, Marcelo will be joining us when he wakes up on the east coast of America. It's the middle of the night there, basically. I think it's 7 a.m. or something. But we do have, David, just before we get to how you are, because there's something more important there, and I don't mean that in a bad way at all, but Harry Kane has arrived at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The Daily Mirror have reported, John Cross from them said, in the last couple of days, Harry Kane actually has trained. So this is a massive boost for Spurs. He may not start the game, but he may get 15-20 minutes under his belt ahead of what is a very important week for Spurs.
That's great news, lad, to be honest with you. For me, look, if he's not fit, I wouldn't risk him, and hopefully we have the job done so he doesn't have to come on and he can be fresh for everything. That's the way I'd be looking at it. But look, if we need him and he comes on, I'm delighted to have the option there.
Absolutely, and it could be... he could be a player that could come on in the last 10-15 minutes of the game and impact it if we do need it, which it would be in a bad situation if we did need that. But look, whether or not he's going to be in the squad is definitely a point of debate. Oscar says he thinks he will be. Joe says he doesn't think we'll see Kane in that squad. But anyway, David, how are you getting on?
Yeah, I'm all good, Matty. I'm all good. I'm absolutely pumped. Reached 1K subscribers yesterday. That's down to no small part of the help that you gave me start my channel. Gunnosaurus lost yesterday against Aston Villa. United threw away a lead against Everton. It's all rosy. All we need is a win today, and it's been a great weekend. Absolutely.
If we can get that. We always seem to, when the teams around us or the big teams drop points, we also seem to drop points, but let's hope there's a bit of a change to that mentality and that record this weekend. And David, I do want to say absolutely massive congratulations for reaching 1,000 subscribers. It's absolutely deserved, and there could be a better person out there providing Spurs content for all of us. So everyone, put into the chat, congratulate David, and if you haven't already, make sure you go over and subscribe to the Irish Hotspur. There'll be a link in the description below. And as Simon says, good show with Chris Cowland, Dave. Dave was on with Chris Cowland there the other day. It was a fantastic show.
Wasn't as good as yours though, Matty. I was jealous. You got the celebrity panel. You got the panel with great people on it. You know what I mean? I was drafted in last minute, but look, yours was better, to be honest with you. I think yours that you done a couple of days beforehand was better than the one I done. But it was good to be on though, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it's a fantastic channel, one that I have watched for a while, so it was great to be on there. And I will say any panel with David Harris is a fantastic panel. But look, anyway, we're about 12 minutes out from lineups. I don't know what to expect. A lot of people in the chat, I assume, don't know what to expect. Do you know what to expect?
Haven't a clue, Matty. Haven't a clue. For one thing, is for sure. Look, going into the Chelsea game, when we seen the lineup and the formation, we said brilliant. It's the strongest squad he possibly has to go with. Absolutely brilliant. But it turned out to be an absolute disaster, an absolute shit show. Today, I would be making changes. Honestly, I would like to see Tanganga given a run out beside Toby Alderweireld. He's the only one that really hasn't got a fair crack at the whip out the back line. He's the only one that you can't say is liable for mistakes. Anytime he's played well. So I played Tanganga in there. Honestly, just give me anybody else but Ben Davies. Anyone else. Honestly, anybody. And then you go into midfield. For me, I would actually drop Sissoko today after his shit show. You know, after him hiding in behind Mason Mount, Frank Lampard's little fanboy for half of the game against Chelsea. Inexcusable. Like, Matty, me and you have been one of Sissoko's biggest fans this year. Like, absolutely. We have seen what he's offered to the team, and against Chelsea, he completely went high.
He did, and I feel in that game, you know, obviously a big part of it was his ability just massively let him down. But I think there was so much more that could be questioned from him in that one, in terms of his just lack of understanding of the game. And I know a lot of people may have seen a clip on Twitter, and I spoke about this in my preview last night. That clip where Sissoko gets the ball in the edge of his own box, and there's acres of space. Like, he's facing his own goal because Chelsea have just been attacking, and there's acres of space behind him, and he's completely oblivious to his surroundings that he plays that ball back into the centre back. Look, we reacted to that in the live stream. I was really annoyed at him when he did that. Then the ball is played out the right up the line, and Sissoko at this stage has turned, and that massive gap in front of him is there, and he was oblivious to that as well. He didn't see the potential of that counter attack, and it was him kind of needing to be in that more dynamic position where he would break forward, because at the end of the day, he's a very powerful runner. He's a very quick player. He should be the player who could help us on that transition, and really could have caused problems for Chelsea there. But another thing I was saying was, with that attack, that big gap in the middle of the park, it was Harry Kane is the one who's usually picking up that space. So it begs the question, if that's a style of football that we're so reliant on when Kane is fit, why isn't there a player who can sit in there and kind of play a similar role when Kane isn't fit? And look, a lot of people are calling us a one-man team. I don't like to accept that, but
for me, Matty, I actually think look, Carlos Vinicius, right, for as much time as he's had on the bench, surely he would have been watching Kane and saying, okay, when I get into the team, this is what I need to be. I need to be dropping deep. I need to be picking up ball. Look, you can say as like the lack of Carlos service that Carlos Vinicius got. But at the end of the day, when you're a striker, like I played there, when you're not getting the service, you have to drop deep. You have to get the ball, and you have to be the one that's able to hold it up, pull your team up the field. You know what I mean? Get the ball, spray it left, spray it right, turn, run with it, do something. But all Vinicius done was just stand on their back line. That's all he done. He didn't offer anything. Even at times when we got into crossing positions, he stood on the furthest man away from the ball, in behind him. Sometimes as a striker, you have to make that run and demand the ball. Like Cavani does it for United. He makes that run. And because he's made that run, it means that defender, he's almost commanding that defender to put it in on the plate for him. We just don't do that. Anytime we get the ball out wide, we want to bring it back through the middle, out the other side. But we lack any sort of penetration, any sort of guile, any sort of trickery, any bit of magic that to try and create that space to try and get a goal. Do you know what I mean? It's all too passive. It's all too safe.
Yeah, and like there's people kind of talking about. I don't really understand it, but I've seen people on Twitter kind of questioning Vinicius's physicality and his fitness from not being in the first team on such a consistent basis. And I was looking at Edinson Cavani last night for United, who you mentioned there. His movement is absolutely world class. That goal that he scored in the first half, it was simple. He made a little jolt forward, then got back in around the offside of the defender, a brilliant ball into the box, and headed it down into the ground back where it came from. Everything from Edinson Cavani there was textbook. Now, I'm not saying Vinicius should be on the level of Edinson Cavani, because Cavani's been playing top level football for quite some time now. He is an insanely talented footballer. But it doesn't matter if it does, but in some parts it doesn't matter if Vinicius is fully fit or not, in terms of being able to run for 90 minutes. As a striker, a 25-year-old striker, he's experienced, who has scored goals consistently at the last team he was at. He should be able to get off the back of defenders. Like against Chelsea, I was speaking to a Chelsea fan yesterday, and he was saying as soon as Thiago Silva went off, they were terrified, because he is the man who holds that defence together. And they brought Christensen on, who's been in and out of the team, and I think there's been a lot of talk of him potentially leaving. They thought Vinicius should have really gotten a chance, and he did get a chance. He got that chance in the last minute of the game as well, and he absolutely should have buried that. The keeper could not move. He was absolutely beaten if that header was on target. So questions do need to be asked of Vinicius. Again, I do hope he starts today, because I do think we need that outlet going forward, and I really don't think Harry Kane will be fit enough to start this. If he is a bit of a risk, I don't want him to start. I'd rather save him for Everton and Man City than play him in this game. Creator says, where's Marcelo? It's 7 a.m. on the East Coast at the moment, so Marcelo will be joining us a little bit later. I wouldn't expect him to get up.
Cheerios.
Yeah, I wouldn't be expecting him to get up to listen to me and David ranting for an hour before the game kicks off. Oscar Bell says, I think we should play Højbjerg and Ndombele in the pivot and Lamela just in front in Cam. Look, there's been so many discussions and debates and suggestions as to who we should play in front of that double pivot, David. Mourinho has told us Ndombele is now fit enough to play in there with Højbjerg. So for you, who would you select for the centre attacking midfield role today?
No, look, Ndombele, as good as he is on the ball, he's not good enough to play the pivot. He switches off at times. He zones in and out of games. His work rate off the ball, okay, granted it was improved against Chelsea. Well, against Brighton and Liverpool, it was non-existent. For me, I don't think you can't rely on Ndombele to play the pivot. You just cannot rely on him to play the pivot. For me, Ndombele needs to be playing further forward, where he can kind of take little breathers, but anytime he gets the ball, he makes something happen. You cannot, the thing is, we're already getting exposed as is. And playing Ndombele, who for me needs a free role, where he can kind of just, saunter about the pitch, pop up in different areas. If you put him in the pivot role where he has to be disciplined and stay in front of the back four, I don't think he's going to do it. He's not that sort of player for me. I honestly think it would be a suicide mission playing him in the pivot. Like, maybe not against West Brom, but against bigger teams, it would be. It would be. Do you know what I mean? Like the reason why Jose hasn't played him there is because Jose knows this. Jose knows this. That's the reason why Jose hasn't really played him in the pivot. And that's why you always see Sissoko playing with Højbjerg and then Ndombele kind of given a free role, because Sissoko's disciplined. Sissoko will hold that role. But at the same time, if you put Dembele to do that role, you're taking away from Dembele's game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, keep going, sorry.
No, sorry, I'm just saying, if you put Dembele in there to do that specific role, you're taking away from his game, because he needs time on the ball. He needs a bit of space. Do you know what I mean? And he needs to be able to just be free, basically. Just free like a bird on the pitch. Just roam around, pick up balls and spray balls, do what Ndombele does. Put him in a disciplined role is not... You're going to turn him into a shadow of himself.
Yeah, that's the risk that we run. Eunice here saying, good morning, guys. It's 4 a.m. for me and it's minus 35-degree weather here in Canada. I'm going to go insane if my sacrifice of sleep goes to vain with the performances of these guys today. Eunice, I've always said it to you when it's the middle of the night you're watching games, incredible dedication. And what a fan you are to be getting up in the middle of the night to support your club, especially when things are going the way they are. Everyone put down in the live chat where you're watching from and what time it is there. We'll run through and just see how global Matthew's Tottenham blog really is. Neil says, always enjoy any content with Matt, David and Marcelo. Keep up the great work, guys. Hope I'm wrong. We can see the game today finishing 1-1. Cheers for that, Neil. And to be honest, my prediction isn't too different to yours. David, 3 minutes. What are your final lineup predictions?
I'll put it out there. Okay, Hugo recent goals, right back, Aurier, centre backs. I want to see Toby and Tanganga. If not Toby and Tanganga, I want to see Toby and Road. Left back, I really hope Dennis Sarkin is fit. I'd love to play Dennis Sarkin, but I think he is injured. So I do think you will see Ben Davies, even though no one here wants to see Ben Davies. In the midfield, then I think you will see Ndombele, Højbjerg, and I honestly can't see any way that Sissoko starts this game. I think he's dropped. I think then you play Lamela kind of as an centre attacking midfielder. Out left you play Son. Out right, I go Bergwijn with the view of bringing on Bale. Or actually, no, do you know what? I'll go Lucas, because if you're playing Vinicius up top, Lucas can help him. The two of them get on like a house on fire. So play Lucas out on the right and Vinicius at top and just see what happens. But first and foremost, take off the shackles today. If I was Jose, I'd be telling these boys, just go out and play your football, go out and play free-flowing football and see what happens. Because Jose is at a point where he's nothing to lose to do it either. Yeah,
I think from a Jose point of view, I imagine he'll be in the mindset now that he should probably be more stubborn in playing the type of football that he's playing, because he's obviously going to know the fans aren't happy with the results. He's going to know they're not happy with the style of play, but he's going to want to turn one of those around. And from his point of view, it'll be the results. And this is the type of football that he thinks will turn those results around. So I would be surprised if we do play like insanely attacking football today. Now, I'll also be surprised if we do park the bus, because at the end of the day, we are at home to West Brom.
Yeah.
But we need to be comfortable in possession today, because we need they're going to give us the ball. They're not going to want it. We're going to be forced into possession. And for that reason, I think Harry Winks could be a good player to put out on that starting pitch today. And I don't often say, because he hasn't really been too good this season, but I do think this game could suit him, and it could give Sissoko that rest, or that him needing to be dropped after that performance against Chelsea. So I will go with Højbjerg and Winks in the double pivot, and Ndombele sitting just ahead of them. But then when Celso and Ali do come back, I would sit Ndombele back beside Højbjerg, because look at that game against Sheffield United. I thought he was absolutely brilliant in beside Højbjerg. Now I know, of course, that opposition isn't the level that we're going to be playing every single week, but I do think he's probably better utilised there, because he is great. Of course, he is a really good footballer, but maybe we just need that very good footballer sitting a little bit deeper and kind of controlling the game from a bit deeper, rather than him needing the service to create something, if that makes sense. He needs to be that man who could maybe provide that service to the men ahead of him. I agree with your backline. I think we do need to see Eric Dyer dropped again. We got dropped for that game against Brighton, and he needed to come back into that game against Chelsea on Thursday with a performance, and he absolutely let himself down. He let his manager down. He let his teammates down, and he needs to be punished for that, because it's not like it was it was an unfortunate mistake where he took Timo Werner down in the box. It was a stupid error that absolutely should not have been made by any professional footballer. So I would like to see Alderweireld alongside one of those young players, whether it is Joe Rodon or Jaffa Tanganga. And I think my front line is the same as yours. And we do have the starting 11 here, and I have mixed feelings about this one, because Harry Kane starts today. Harry Kane starts for Spurs. From back to front, it is Hugo Lloris in goal, back four of Aurier, Alderweireld, Sanchez and Davis. Now this is looking like a 4-2-3-1. Højbjerg and Ndombele in the pivot. Lamela, Lucas and Son playing behind Harry Kane. The big one there, David, is Harry Kane starts. What do you make of that?
I just hope he's fit enough. I hope they're not risking it. Honestly, I really hope they're not risking it, because, being honest, I'd rather play Vinicius today if Harry Kane's not fit, because you know what you get with Harry Kane. When Harry Kane comes back and he's not fit, first of all, you can tell, because he's a shadow of himself. First and foremost, then he struggles to get through the 90 minutes because he's not fit enough, and then he goes out injured again. For me, honestly, if he started today, I'm expecting him to be 100% fit and ready for this game. If not, there's no point in playing. But it's West Brom. Vinicius should be good enough to put West Brom to bed. My main concern is Sanchez and Davies. Sanchez looks like to me he'd be playing left side of centre back with Davies at left back. The lad, that's going to be a disaster.
Yeah. It certainly could be. We get onto the bench there in a second, but Jiminy coming in here with a super chat with $8 today, saying, "Thank God Kane is back. We've been pitiful to watch recently." And yeah, look, if he's fit, absolutely, it's fantastic to have him back. And again, Jiminy, thank you so much. Incredible support. Luke here saying, "I don't know about rushing him back." The Danish Shid says Kane starting just shows Mourinho was under pressure, and John says Kane will get us the points today. Looking at the bench there, as Oscar Bell says, Dane Scarlett is on the bench. The bench in full is Joe Hart, Matt Doherty, Joe Rodon, Eric Dyer, Musa Sissoko, Stephen Bergwijn, Gareth Bale, Dane Scarlett, and Carlos Vinicius. What do you think that means, David, from Jose putting Dane Scarlett on that bench?
Basically, what that means to me is that if these players fail to put the required effort in the amount of running that they should be doing and putting another shit show like they did against Chelsea, that you will see Dane Scarlett come off the bench just to kind of shake things up and see if you can get a reaction. Because, look, we haven't got a reaction out of any of our subs this year that come off the bench. None. So for me, what have you got to lose by bringing in Dane Scarlett today? What have you got to lose if things aren't going well to bring him on? And even if things are going well, you can still throw him in and see what you can do. But yeah, no, fair play to the youngster. Fair play to the youngster. He's earned it, Matt. He scores a lot of goals for the under-23s. He scores a lot of goals for the under-18s. So he deserves to be on the bench. And honestly, he can't be any worse than what Carlos Vinicius was against Chelsea.
That's certainly for sure. And this is the team that we'll be coming up against today. Sam Johnston starts in goal for West Brom. I assume that's a 4-5-1 with Lee Peltier, Semi Ajayi, Kyle Bartley, and Connor Townsend across the back from left to right. Or it could be maybe Townsend and left centre back and Snodgrass playing left wing back. We'll have to wait and see how that one goes. It could be maybe a midfield four of Ainsley Maitland-Niles, of course, recently joined on loan from Arsenal. Romain Sawyers, Conor Gallagher, and Grant, and then Diagne up front. The bench there for them is Button, Furlong, O'Shea, Livermore, Okayu Kushlu. They just signed from Celta Vigo. A really, really impressive centre midfielder. I think that's a brilliant signing for them. They've got Phillips, Matheus Pereira, Callum Robinson, and Hal Robson-Kanu there. The main threat there for me, David, is the man in the graphic there, Conor Gallagher. When we played them at the Hawthorns, he did create a few problems for us hitting the post from range at one stage as well. Matheus Pereira on the bench.
Yeah,
are there any players there?
I don't understand why the best player is on the bench in Pereira. That's a shock to me. Like Pereira's a guy that can get you a goal out of nothing. Conor Gallagher, he's a good player, but look, man, that back line is weak. We should be smashing these up, really. That back line is weak.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing in that back line that makes me think, oh, well, maybe he could mark Kane out of the game. Or like if we're putting Son up against Lee Peltier, I think he must be 33, 34 at this stage. Just give me a quick search. They're not going to be playing a high line. He's 34 years of age. So it's not like there'll be space in behind him for Son to exploit. But if you can get Son on him in a one-on-one, Son should be beating him 99 times out of 100 and then whipping that ball across the face of goal for Harry Kane, running in maybe one of Lamela or Lucas, potentially making the break in at the far side as well. Just on the Spurs formation really quickly, do you think that's a 4-2-3-1? Or do you think the comment was right a moment ago and we could see Eric Lamela starting in Cam in a 4-3-3?
Look, I think it's a 4-2-3-1. To be honest with you, that's what I'm thinking. I can't see why you'd play Lamela in a 4-3-3. For me, it wouldn't really suit him. Lamela, I honestly see it being a 4-2-3-1. But do you know what, Matty? No one ever knows with Jose. You know what I mean? Nobody ever knows. That's the thing. Yeah,
that's certainly
what do you
Jose
think?
Simon. I'll just read this in a second. I'll say that Simon says, "Morning guys, enjoy the game. I'm just with my boys doing some training before the game, but everyone hit these two guys up. They bring so much great content. Thanks so much for that." As always, Simon. I think this could be similar to the game where we saw Giovanni Lo Celso start. He began the game on the right hand side. I forget exactly what game that was, but it was one of those where we really could have changed around the formation if we needed it in game. It was a really versatile formation in terms of the personnel that Jose did choose. So I think from the start, this does need to be a 4-2-3-1 because we do need to commit quite a few men forward if we do want to break down West Brom's low block, and maybe having those three, Lamela, Lucas and Son, kind of interchanging in behind Harry Kane, or maybe even it could be Kane almost playing as a false nine and Son playing ahead of him. So Harry Kane isn't necessarily the focal point of that 4-2-3-1 if that is the case, but I think 4-2-3-1 from the start, and if you do need to become a bit more pragmatic, which I really hope we don't, then we can slot into a 4-3-3.
Do you know, I agree with you. I do think from the start we need to go 4-2-3-1, and the reason why is because when you play the three and then Harry Kane ahead of them, you can get the press on them, which means you're not allowing them to pass out from the back. You know what I mean? You've 4 players pressing, so it's going to be very hard for them to pass out the back. So they're going to have to hit a long ball. So it would be ideal if it was a 4-2-3-1 and press them from the very off. Your mic's gone, Matty.
Oh, sorry, it's back now. It's a game that we need to take to West Brom because we can't afford to sit back and let West Brom control the game. Not only because of course the game is then in their control, but this fan base will just go into meltdown, and rightly so if we do park the bus at home to West Brom. I think the approach to this game is a really important decision Jose Mourinho has to make today. Liam says it's a must-win game for Mourinho. Would you trust anyone else over a half-fit Kane to keep your job? And it's a fantastic point. You know, we saw how toothless we were against Brighton and Chelsea without Harry Kane in the side. Do you think maybe Jose has been forced into putting Kane back into the team due to the lack of quality shown by us over the last 2 games?
In a way, yeah. But I think for me, the fact that Kane comes straight back in and starts today just shows that Vinicius was not Jose Mourinho signing in the first place. 100%, that's what that tells me. And it also tells me that, you know, perhaps he has one eye on saving his job. I think maybe he was already told, if this goes tits up today, he could find himself out the exit door. Now, look, whether you're Jose in or Jose out, it doesn't matter. What matters today is 3 points. First and foremost, before any manager, before anything, is 3 points. But I will iterate again, sacking Jose is not the answer to the problems we have.
Yeah, I do agree with you, but I'll emphasise for now, because if things keep going the way they're going, I think maybe we would have to revisit that. But yeah, I've seen some people say on Twitter in the last couple of days that they want Spurs to lose against West Brom because it could cost Jose his job. You can't say that as a fan of Spurs. No matter how bad things are going, no matter how much you want your manager to get out of this club, never should you be backing your own team to lose, ever. Even if it means Jose will be gone and getting the best manager in the world. No, this is your club. You support Spurs. If you do support Spurs, you want them to win. If you want them to lose, maybe that does need to be brought into question a bit there. Here, Carla says, I smell a Dane Scarlett winner coming off the bench. Come on, you Spurs. Look, I'd love to see him get a chance in there. Liam says as well, I think having Scarlett on the bench also shows how Vinicius isn't good enough for Mourinho. Absolutely. Yeah. You know, I don't think Scarlett would be there if Jose did have trust in Vinicius to impact this game if it was needed. Excuse me, I do just want to say as well, there's 164 people watching right now. If you are enjoying this stream, make sure to smash that like button. If you do want to see Dane Scarlett coming off the bench and grabbing the winner, again, make sure to smash that like button. If you are new to the channel and you want more of these watch-alongs, live match previews, reviews, Tottenham Hotspur transfer talk videos, and the Tottenham Fan Voice podcast, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below as well. And while you're at it, head over to the link to the Irish Hotspur in the description below. Just hit 1,000 subscribers. Let's get into 2,000. Some incredible content coming up on that channel in the near future as well. Eunice says, never will a true fan wish for the team to lose a game because they want a manager gone. Absolutely agree with that one. David, Eric Dyer's gone again. He was dropped for the game against Brighton, came back in for Chelsea. A big risk, I think, from Jose to put him back in there with the undoubted lack of confidence that he did have. He let the manager down, and he's back on the bench today. What do you think that means for Dyer's future?
I think he'll be the next Dele Alli at Tottenham now, to be honest with you. Look, but rightly so. The guy has had so many chances at Tottenham, and every time he lets us down. You know, there's still going to be fans out there that just because they want to go against Jose Mourinho, they're going to start taking Eric Dyer's side on this and forget about the 15 points that he's cost us alone this season. Do you know what I mean? That's what's going to happen. It's an absolute joke. And just to them fans as well, you know, that wish us to lose just to suit their agenda. I'm going to nickname the Told You So Brigade. Because that's all they want to be able to do at the end of this and say, well, I said this from day one. Fuck that. You back your team. Get your colours on. Wear them with pride. You never wish your team to lose, ever. Do you know what I mean? Even if we were in relegation, I would still go out there and smack talk other teams and wind them up and everything else and say we're going to win. No matter what, you back your team. You wear your colours with pride. You wear it with passion. And you speak about your club with your chest out. It's as simple as that. They're not fans of this club. They should take their jerseys off. Honestly. Just take your jerseys off. You're not a fan of the club. Go on with the super chat.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100% there, David. Loves Music coming in with the £5 super chat. Thank you so much for that. Hugely appreciate it. Says Jose is a class act. We're just going through a purple patch at the moment. I'm 1,000,000% behind Jose. And look, I think the very fact that there is such a huge part of the Spurs fan base still behind Jose, and of course there is quite a few of them wanting Jose out right now. But personally, from what I've seen, the majority of fans do want him to stay, and I do think that gives a good indication at where we are at the moment. Again, Loves Music, thank you so much for that super chat. Steve says, "Hey Matt and David, congrats on 1,000, David." Again, I echo those sentiments. I'm working today, so can't watch the game, unfortunately. Let's hope the boys don't let us down. Come on, you Spurs. Well, enjoy work, Steve. Watch the highlights back. That's how you know what's happening in the game.
Yeah.
Eunice says, "I'm still positive at how Kane came back to fitness quicker than Dele." No Dele in the team again. We do know he'll be back in the fold in the next couple of weeks, David. But what do you make of Ali's absence? Do you think do you actually think he does have an injury?
Again, I don't know. Look, when the transfer window was open, I was full on. He does not have an injury. You know what I mean? They're holding him back if they can get money for him, and then they have someone else lined up. Didn't happen. Now, look, for being out of the team all that long, we know he's a lazy trainer. For me, it's a case of he's not fit. Now, if Tottenham came out and said, "But Dele Alli's not fit, it's going to take him a few weeks to get up to match sharpness," after the story coming out about Jose going to his house, now what does that tell you about Dele Alli? The fact that he's not committed, because he should be fit and ready to go anyway. So for me, I actually don't think he is injured. I think they're going to buy him a few weeks to try and get him back up there to full fitness. But that just shows the commitment to the lad to Tottenham. That's my opinion on it. I could be wrong. I genuinely hope I'm wrong, because I want to see Dele Alli back. I want to see a fit and firing Dele Alli back. But that's just my play on it. I genuinely don't think he's injured. I genuinely think they're buying him a week or two or a couple of games to try and get him back up to fitness.
That's a good point, and I will have to say I don't say it often, but I do disagree with you on that one. I think there may be something there. You know, he has been training, and all the reports were saying says he does love Tottenham Hotspur. So maybe it's more out of hope than anything. But I do think there may be a little niggly injury there. But I would say as well, he's probably not a full match fitness because he hasn't played in so long. With Shane here saying, "Hi lads, Kane starting is so dangerous." It is. You know, we know how the recurring injuries and how it's been for him in the recent past. But I do want to say, Shane, an absolutely massive happy birthday to you. A very good friend of mine, a good friend of the channel. We really appreciate everything you do for the channel, and a massive happy birthday to you. Everyone in the live chat, 230 of you here right now, wish Shane a happy birthday in the live chat. Let's make his day.
Big up, Shane. Have a good day. And I hope Liverpool beat City. I wouldn't wish Liverpool to lose on your birthday. So have a good birthday. Enjoy, man.
Absolutely, I echo those sentiments again as well. Wayne says, "Morning, fellas. Are you ready to smash the baggies? Come on, you Spurs, Tottenham till I die." I want us to smash the baggies, but I'm not entirely sure that's going to happen. Arjun says, "I have a doubt. Højbjerg got his 5th yellow card last match, so shouldn't there be a 1-match suspension?" That rule ends after, I think it's 19 games of the season. So there are three different areas of the season. So after 19 games, in your first 19 games, if you get 5 yellows, you miss 1 game. In the first 34 games, if you get 10 yellows, you miss 2 games. And I think in the last 4, if you get up to your 15th yellow, you then miss 3 games. So he's just about missed that cutoff point. So he is available to start today, thankfully. Oscar says, "Hopefully Son will be back on form now that Kane is back." Absolutely. Son has not been firing in the last couple of weeks. He was very poor against Chelsea, perhaps even worse against Brighton. But with Harry Kane back in the team, David, do you think we could see Son back to his very best?
Yeah, look, people, it's a difficult one, because at the end of the day, Sonny should be doing more when Kane's out of the team. You know, Kane, when Son's out of the team, Kane still produces match-winning moments. So Son should be doing better. But look, no matter what walk of life you're in, you always have that one person that you just connect with. Sometimes you don't even need to speak to each other. You're on the same wavelength. And that's what Son and Kane are. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Son come out and be a lot better today. You know what I mean? But don't forget, Kane is also good for Son's game, because he drops the ball, picks up the ball, turns, and gets Son straight in behind with a quick ball. You know what I mean? So, look, I think you'll see a lot better Son today with Kane back. Just on what Wayne was saying about a win, everyone better be sitting here ready to receive 3 points today, because it's going to happen. We're going to get the 3 points. So just be ready, sit there, embrace it, flip the bottle caps off your bottle of beer. I know it's early, but why not? The 3 points are coming. You know what I mean? We should have been celebrating after Chelsea. We weren't. So today's the day. It's going to be a fantastic weekend, and we're going to score goals today. 3 points is inbound.
Fingers crossed. I certainly hope you're right. If there are any channel members watching, and if you do want to join the call-in show, the link will be in the members-only community feed. If you want to head over there and come onto the show, join us here live on stream and have your say. It's I love getting everyone's opinion on board. So again, any channel members, if you are there in the community feed, everything will be there for you. And we do have our first member here now. Everyone's favourite call-in on every single show. It's Lily White Lane. How are you getting on?
Yes, lads. How are we? You all doing good?
We're all good. Are you happy with that lineup?
Yeah, really, really pleased with that lineup. I think it's the best lineup, honestly, we could have put out, apart from Sanchez, who's a bit iffy for me. But if you ask me, I think Sanchez, Rodon probably needs a little bit of a confidence boost. And I think Dyer being benched once again is absolutely fantastic. And I think if we lose this game, we have no one else to put it down to but ourselves and these players, because Jose Mourinho has picked the best lineup he possibly could right there. Absolutely so pleased with that. And by the looks of it, we look to be heading into this game playing expansive football. No more of this, defensive, sit back and catch them on the counter, because we got so many players who are going to be pressing high in there, the likes of Lucas Moura, Lamela, who was one of the only players who actually came on in that Chelsea game, who I thought had that motivation, looked like he wanted to do something. So I think that's a fantastic lineup chosen by Jose Mourinho. And there's not much you really want to change, if you ask me. I think it's really, really good. As of today's game, though, I am honestly a bit concerned. Just really, really hoping for a win. And Harry Kane back in the team. What a shock that was. I thought maybe against City, who knows. Kane back in the team, absolutely brilliant. I'm just so over the moon. But the issue for me when it comes to Harry Kane is, are we playing a half-fit Harry Kane just to get him back on the field and basically basically because we need Harry Kane, or are we actually playing a fully fit Harry Kane? And I think Jose Mourinho would only play Harry Kane if he was fully fit. So I think Kane back in the team is really, really good. Feel bad for Vinicius, though, as well, because in the only couple of games that Harry Kane was actually out of the team, he only got substituted on for one and he actually looked all right. Yeah, that's kind of it for him right now, if you ask me. He won't really play many more cup games or anything. And yeah, I kind of feel bad for him. But as I say, really, really strong and good looking lineup.
Absolutely, and there's a surprise inclusion on the bench, but it doesn't happen very often with Jose surprises, but it is a very, very good one. We've Dane Scarlett on the bench today. We know he did travel last Thursday to the game, or was on Sunday to the game against Brighton, and of course didn't even get in the squad, but today he is on the bench. What do you make of his inclusion?
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. And if you ask me, right, going back to the January transfer window, a lot of people saying the January transfer window wasn't good enough. Completely agree with that. Once again, our board let us down. They didn't back Jose Mourinho with a new centre-half that he wanted or the new creative midfielder that he wanted. But you got to look at it from a standpoint as some of the youth development in this club is absolutely fantastic. We got young players coming through, the likes of Harvey White, who's just been loaned out to Portsmouth. All these young players, even Jack Clark as well. Dane Scarlett, Alfred Devine, these young players coming through, and they're 16, 17. So it's absolutely fantastic to see him on the bench. I do think he can do well. But if you ask me as well, I'm saying if we had a new centre-half in this game, we'd be winning it. If we had a new centre-half and a new creative midfielder, the positions that Jose Mourinho wanted in the January transfer window, we'd be winning it. And people said Jose Mourinho was back last summer. He was only back with two real players at the top of his list, and those were Højbjerg and Reguilon. And you can see those are the two players from that summer window that are actually paying off and giving it their all. And as much as it's awful to see Reguilon out as well, because for me, Davies, right, he's a player, he doesn't slip up that often. But if you ask me about Davies, he's had, 5-6 years to adjust to that left-back position. He's transitioned to a centre-half sometimes, and he's simply not good enough. So it's the only option we really have. I would have liked to see Tanganga in the team. But as I say, it's a decent enough lineup, and I do think we can go out there and pick up all 3 points. And if we don't pick up all 3 points, there has to be serious questions asked.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. This is a must-win game in terms of what it means for us in the league, but also in just who we are as a squad. You can question the players, and deservedly so. Everyone will question the players for the performances over the last couple of weeks, but no matter how bad they're playing, this squad should be good enough to beat this West Brom squad that I'm going to bring up on screen right now. Matheus Pereira is on the bench, but Conor Gallagher does start, Romain Sawyers does start, and it's a debut as well for Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Are there any players in that team that do worry you?
There's only one really for me, and that's Ainsley Maitland-Niles, because he's a former Arsenal player and he'll always want to get one over us. But if you ask me, it's West Bromwich Albion. There's no need to be concerned about West Bromwich Albion lineup. A team that's been in the Championship for years, they only make it up for a couple seasons and then go straight back down. But we all know that Sam Allardyce loves a big draw against big teams. He did it against Liverpool. But what's so weird about this West Brom Albion side is one week they're really, really strong defensively. They'll put out a decent performance and do well. For example, the Wolves game, I thought they were good. Although they got 2 penalties awarded, I thought they were really, really good in that derby. Apart from that, I think, that Liverpool draw, they defended really well. They sat back and they caught them on the counter. But as I say, you never know what you're going to get with them, because one week Leeds are absolutely thrashing them 5-0. Arsenal are beating them, 4-0, and everyone's absolutely destroying them. And then 1 week later, they're doing really, really good, sitting back like no one's business. So you never know what you're going to get with a side like West Brom Albion. But as I say, it's West Brom Albion. They're relegation candidates. There's no doubt about it. There's no excuses if we don't win this one. And if we don't win this one, you have to pinpoint it down to the players. You have to, because Jose Mourinho has picked the best lineup possible. I think apart from Eric Dyer, he picked a very good lineup against Chelsea. But with Eric Dyer even, Jose thought he might come back into the team after being rested for a game and actually, want to have that motivation. Yet he didn't. Yeah. So I think Jose's picked the best lineup possible. As I say, West Brom Albion side, there's no need to be concerned. It's at our place. So I honestly think we will go out there and we will get 3 points. I've been very concerned about this game. And it is sad that it's gotten to a point that we're concerned about a side like West Brom. But if we win this game, I don't think it solves everything. I don't think it makes everything rosy again. I think if we win this game, it's great, and we've got to go one game at a time. We've got to move on to effort, and we've got to win that. And those are the types of games, those cup games, that I don't mind sitting back, right? Now, if you ask me about defensive football, and I'm going to go on a bit here, if that's all right, Matty, but if you ask me about defensive football, it worked earlier in the season. Arsenal, Manchester City, just sit back, get a goal, sit back again and get another goal, and it was absolutely fantastic. And I was willing to sacrifice my enjoyment of football. I was willing to sacrifice my entertainment if we were going to pick up trophies. Now, with this form and this team, I can't see us picking up trophies. And Carabao Cup soon enough, I do think that's a one-off game and we could get something out of that one. But as I say, I don't see us picking up trophies. So this game is absolutely massive. And I think when it comes to defensive football, it worked at Inter Milan. It worked at Real Madrid. It worked at all these clubs. Even Manchester United, people said that was the low point of Jose Mourinho's career. Yet he still gave them the Europa League. Yet he still gave them the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. Not the treble we all want and not the treble Manchester United fans want. But he still gave them a treble. He still gave them trophies. And I think trophies are in the future. If we invest in this team, there is investment needed. We need a new centre-half. And I think if we back Jose Mourinho with those players, we can. But it's sad because if we don't win this game, I think Jose Mourinho might be sacked and Jose Out Brigade will absolutely go mental and they'll be ranting about Jose should be going out and stuff. And it's gutting for it's gutting for a manager such as Jose Mourinho. And I do think, we kind of brought him in expecting him to still have that spark. And as good as he's a fantastic manager, in Jose we trust, I'm still stand by that. I still stand by that Jose Mourinho is a fantastic manager. But what I'm saying is, Chelsea brought him in. They expected him to have that spark. He got the sack from them. Manchester United brought him in and they expected him to still have that spark. And basically everyone was like, yes, Man U fans were like, yes, Jose back. Yet he didn't have that spark that everyone wanted. He's come to Tottenham. And by the looks of it, second season was always Jose Mourinho's best season. Kind of looks like we've skipped the second season and gone straight to the third. So I'm just really hoping we can get trophies this season. And as I say, one game at a time. All that matters in this one is that we pick up 3 points. And I just really want to be entertained by Tottenham. I haven't been entertained by this club for weeks now. Just boring. And I'm not bothered with it anymore. I just really want to be entertained and actually want a victory.
Yeah. Fully agree. Holly here's joining the stream. Holly, as always, thank you so much for joining. Says, how do you think we are setting up Højbjerg by himself with Ndombele Højbjerg by himself with Ndombele and Lamela further forward? What do you think that midfield is going to look like, Lily White? I personally think it could be a 4-2-3-1 with Højbjerg and Ndombele in the double pivot.
Yeah, completely agree. I think 4 at the back is exactly what we need to do. I don't think there's anything different with that. And I think Højbjerg, as I say, DM who can see in front of his 2 centre-halves. And also I think, this lineup, as I say, is fantastic. And I'm just so pleased we got 4 at the back again. 4 at the back is what we need because it worked. Then we changed it. And then here's what frustrates me. Jose Mourinho gets criticism every time we lose a game. Yet he's changing it for everything. We lose when we got 4 at the back. Okay, so I'll make 4-4-2 against Fulham. See how that works. We don't do well. Everyone calls him out on it. Okay, I'll change it up here. I'll do 5 at the back here. Yet he still gets called out. It's like the man can't do anything right. So as I say, I think he's picked the best lineup possible. And it's just a must-win game for him, especially. I think this is Jose Mourinho's game. It's not for Tottenham, it's for Jose Mourinho. And these players need to go out there and they need to perform for Jose Mourinho. They need to perform for the manager and his coaching staff. And basically just save him from getting sacked from Levy. But people were saying Levy won't sack him because or 30 million to cut off his contract. We all know Levy's not very tolerant with bad form. So I'm not ruling it out if we don't win this game. But as I say, line up 4 at the back, fantastic. I think 2 there, double pivot with Højbjerg, brilliant. And then kind of having, I don't know who's going to kind of go behind Harry Kane when we've got kind of 3 sitting behind him. Or I don't know how that's going to work, whether Harry Kane's going to drop back or go deep, play deep. I really don't know the way we're actually going to line up in this game. But, you know, the lineups are out. So far, I'm just really, really pleased with the players that are on the pitch. It's just up to these players now to perform. And, we just got to wait and see what happens.
You're 100% on what you were saying on Jose. Like, you know, I've had people this week saying to me, "Oh, well, he needs to change the starting 11." And then I said to them, but like, you know, name me a bunch of players that he hasn't tried to put in this year that hasn't worked. I think he's used nearly the whole 24-man squad. Do you know what I mean? To try and get things to work. And they're like, "Oh, but he needs to change personnel." But like, if the personnel's not there, what do you want him to do? Everyone he's putting in isn't doing a job. What do you want the guy to do? Do you know what I mean? Honestly, I think the guy gets unfair criticism. It's just way too easy to scapegoat him when we lose because he's a polarising figure and because he was an ex-Chelsea manager. That's why he's so easy to scapegoat our club. You know, and then you have people saying, "Oh, I don't care if we lose. I just want to play attacking football." Well, do you know what? This is why this club never wins anything. Because statements like that, "I don't care if we lose. I just want to play attacking football." That's why we don't win things at this club. You know what I mean? And then I had someone send me a 3-page dossier on why Davies is good enough to stay at the club. Now, if you're making a 3-page dossier to try and tell me that Ben Davies is good enough, no wonder why we don't win anything. I also had someone to tell me to lower my expectations. Again, if you lower your expectations, again, you don't win anything. You know what I mean? Some of our fan base is a joke. It is a joke. At the end of the day, we need to have the best expectations for our clubs. We have to have the expectations we want to win stuff, and it's as simple as that. So what I say to them people is, you sort out your expectations and you sort out your ambition, and come and join me, the Irish Hotspur, when you're on my level with your ambition.
I think that all comes back to the famous quote from Bill Nicholson. You know, it's better to fail aiming high than to succeed aiming low. And we at Spurs have set our heights so high that even failure has in it an echo of glory. It's what this club is based on. You know, it's not the fans that are here now. It's not the manager. It's not the players that are now. It's the foundations of this very football club. We're gonna expect the best. We're gonna hope for the best. We're gonna have the biggest expectations in our team. And I think if we weren't going to do that, what would be the point in supporting this magnificent football club? But anyway, before we let you go, we're going to get a little score prediction on this game, and as well as always, make sure to plug your channel. I'm
going to go 2-1 Tottenham Hotspur. And before I talk a little bit about my channel and head off, I just want to say exactly what you were saying there, David and May. Absolutely spot on. We've won 1 Carabao Cup in 20 years, and I'm sick of hearing this word squad player. I'm just absolutely sick of it. People saying certain players, right?
Everyone's a squad player.
Yeah, exactly. People saying, "Oh, he had a good game against Wickham, though." Well, now he's found his level, hasn't he? Go and loan him out to a championship side, because he'll excel in the championship. He can only play well against them. Certain players that just aren't good enough for this squad, honestly. They're decent football players, but they're not good enough for Tottenham Hotspur. And if we want to move forward, we can't rely on players such as even Eric Lamela in the past. Just these words, squad players, Ben Davies, you know, why are they still here? Just why are they still here? But nevertheless, if you do like the sound of me on here, as I say, please subscribe to Matty's channel and David's channel on YouTube. But as I say, I've got my own channel on YouTube, Lily White Lane, all kinds of Tottenham content, previews, reviews, predicted lineups, and really hope I'll be reviewing a Tottenham Hotspur win tomorrow. Thank you.
Fingers crossed. I hope the same. Go ahead, David.
I just want to say, I had a sneaky peek at your channel there yesterday, Lily White Lane. You're growing nicely. You're nearly at the big 500. But look, 500 is not good enough. We want to get you to 1K. So everyone smash that subscribe on his channel. He always comes on here. He always gives us a good discussion every time he comes on here. He knows his football. So everyone show this guy the love you're showing me and Matty.
Absolutely, and I see a lot of love in the live chat for you, Lily White. There's people saying you'll be on Sky in the future, and then others are replying saying, "No, you're too good for Sky." Everyone, head over to Lily White Lane's channel. You want to get in there before the channel blows up, so make sure to give him all of your support there. As always, thank you so much for joining us, and let's hope, as you said, we're reviewing a victory tomorrow.
Thanks, guys, for letting me come on.
Yeah, love it. We have Bobby B here coming in with £5 super chat saying, well said, Irish Hotspur, you got it spot on. Thanks for the super chat, Bobby, and absolutely I agree with that one. Everything David says, 99% of what he says is spot on. He still thinks he's Ireland's biggest Spurs fan, but we'll let him have that one. Ishmael says, let cool heads together and believe in the man Jose Mourinho. We will get there, just a little patience, because he showed the glimpse at the beginning of the season. Let's be realistic, we're not Real Madrid, exactly. We've got Arthur Everett here joining us saying, morning lads, with the team out we should win today. Arthur, outstanding to see you in the live chat as always, and I agree with you that the team that are out there should be more than enough to beat this West Brom team. Eunice says, I will come on the show, but it's minus 35 and 4 a.m. right now and I look like a mess. Look, I look like a mess, I'm on the camera, but no worries about that, Eunice. Thanks for tuning in. Edmund's here with a good comment, says West Brom will not leave any space behind for Son or Lucas to run in, so we need Kane in and around their area to receive and finish chances. What do you make of that, David?
Yeah, spot on. Look, we all know Big Sam's team is coming here. They're not coming here to win the game. They're coming here to sit back first and foremost before they come here. Their main target is getting out here with a point. If they can catch us with a set piece or with a goal from a free kick or a corner or on the break, they'll do it. But their first priority is coming out here with a point. Look, there's not going to be a lot of space in behind, but what I will say is I watched West Brom a couple of times this season, and the players do tend to get run ragged. And when you're dragging them out of space, that's where your space is created. And that's what's happening a lot to West Brom this year. Their defenders are being dragged left, right, and centre, and that's where the spaces are appearing. Because look, they've been on the back of some unmerciful hiding so far this year. Well, why can't Tottenham do the same to them this year? Why can't we do the same? Do you know what I mean? Let's go in there with confidence. I know, look, the last 3 games has been very disappointing. But look, it is what it is. It happens. Like we've been spoiled over the years. It's kind of the first rough patch we've had. So let's ride it through together. Let everyone put on your colours, put your scarves, your hats, your jerseys on, and be proud. Be proud of your team. You know what I mean? Sing us to victory. Let's get behind them. Absolutely.
Again, smash that like button, smash the subscribe button if you're enjoying it, and head over to the Irish Hotspur as well. Just look back here at the images of the team arriving. It's on paper, and even just looking at these players walking in, David, it's a much stronger squad than what we've seen from them on the pitch. And again, look, our bench isn't the strongest, but there should be, the players on that bench should be, I suppose, a lot better than we feel they are when we do see their name on paper. Has just not delivered what we expected him to do. When you said earlier before the lineups came out that you'd like to see maybe Bale come on and impact the game a little later on, but do you honestly think he actually has the quality to change this game if it is needed?
Look, we've all seen over the years he genuinely actually does have the quality, but it's the attitude. Like, you've seen it so many times. Like, we had Aldad Tarat, all the quality in the world, Matt. You've seen it. He's all the quality in the world, but if you don't have the right attitude, you just don't succeed. It's as simple as that. For me, I genuinely think Gareth Bale has just lost the love for football. I think he's lost the love for it. I think he's lost the passion for it. I think he's at a stage where he's just riding out some big wages, big contracts, just to kind of secure the rest of his life, in my opinion. It's all down to Gareth Bale. Like, Gareth Bale could come on today, Matty, and just, be world class when he wants to do it. This is the problem. It's when he chooses to do it. We've already seen little glimpses of brilliance. Like, when he came on against West Ham, he ran through half their team. Okay, he missed a chance. But, that should have been signs of what to come. But it hasn't been like that. Like, you've seen numerous clips come out about, like, Jose saying basically, like, you can either play football here or go back and sit on the bench at Madrid, stuff like that. Now, Jose's not just walking out onto the training ground and saying that to him just for the crack. There's obviously something that he's seen on the training ground that Gareth Bale is just pissing about. Probably with Dele Alli, the two of the boys pissing about, kicking balls around. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, you have to show your commitment to your desire, and you have to prove to us, not only to us, but you have to prove to the rest of the world that he actually wants to be a footballer and not on the PGA Tour sinking some birdies.
Yeah, I think all the questions that were around Gareth Bale in the recent past, when he's off form, all those questions are going to come back out. But if he does start playing well, everyone will forget about that. But right now, he doesn't really. He deserves to have these questions asked of him because he's not performing to the way we expected, and honestly to the way that he should be as well. Anyway, this is the setting for today's game, kicking off in about 25 minutes. Tottenham Hotspur against West Brom Albion. We'll be live the whole way through the game. Kick off at 12 o'clock, and we'll have a live instant match reaction as well. We're hoping Marcelo will be joining us very soon if he manages to drag himself out of bed on the east coast of the USA. It's a huge game for Spurs. If you are enjoying this stream, make sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button as well if you do want more of this content, and make sure to head over to the Irish Hotspur, whose channel is linked in the description below, to go over and subscribe to him as well. recently hit 1,000 subscribers. Let's get him to 2 as quickly as we can. Holly says, let's get this done. Fed up of having talked negatively about us. Big 3 points today. And look, I think that's a good point just to bring up. It's not exactly related to the game, but when Spurs are losing, it's a lot harder to do this content, David, because when we're winning, we get on here, we can have a laugh, we can enjoy it, we can enjoy every second of the game, we can watch us beat Arsenal 2-0 in the derby, and then we can talk to that the next day and get a lot more views than we usually would. But when we're losing, not only is it hard to watch it, not only is it hard to talk about it, but people don't want to watch you either. And it's very different for us as content creators when things go wrong. So for us, I suppose it is important to get that win. But what do you make of that idea?
No, I fully agree with it, Matty. We have said this before. Like, at the end of the day, we're still fans. First and foremost, before content creators, we are fans of this club. We love this club. The only reason why we turned into content creators because we wanted our voices to be heard and put our opinions out there and gather other opinions and engage with people, especially being from Ireland, Matty, because there's not many Spurs fans over here. They're very few and far in between. Whereas when you're United fans, you just knock on your next door neighbours for a cup of coffee and talk United. You can't do that with that. And what people need to remember is, first and foremost, we are fans of this club. Like, honestly, I couldn't do a review of the Chelsea game because I was just done. I was that pissed off. I just couldn't do it. I could not bring myself to do it. It hurt. It kills. I don't want to be sitting there talking about Moussa Sissoko not running a derby game. I don't want to be highlighting all these bad things going on at our club. I don't want to be sitting here calling out the board. I don't want to be sitting here calling out the players. But at the same time, what do? Do you be silent? No, you have to do it. If you want change, you have to do it. Do you know what I mean? It's as simple as that. But I agree with you. It is so hard to make the content when you're losing. Like, honestly, when you're winning, you get up, you're delighted, you turn on the camera, you make a few jokes about Arsenal, Chelsea, West Ham, and away you go. Everything's rosy. But when you're losing, man, honestly, it's like a chore sitting here in front of the camera, turning it on and trying to do your thing. It is a chore when you're losing. Because let's face it, none of us want to talk bad about that. We don't want to do it. But at the same time, if we don't come on and be honest, we get called deluded. We get called Ty from Arsenal Fan TV. Do you know what I mean? So you can't win. The only way of winning is winning, getting the 3 points so we can sit here happy, mocking Arsenal, mocking West Ham and Chelsea. That's the only way to do this.
Exactly. When we're winning, everybody is happy. And speaking of content creators, make sure to go over and check out Holly's channel. We've seen Holly Hotspur's live streams very soon indeed. So outstanding stuff over there. Make sure to go over and drop a subscribe in her channel.
Great comment, Holly, as well. That was a great comment.
Yeah, absolutely agreed. Eunice says, honestly, sad to see Bale in this state. He should be in his prime like his counterpart Ronaldo and Benzema. Wayne here says, I've lost the comment there. We should get Lily White Lane in the changing room. Get the 3 of us in there, and I think results will be a lot different. We could definitely get them motivated a bit more. And speaking of motivation, Paul says, motivation from all the squad must come from within, but it's also Jose's job to find the spark and fan it. Let's hope it happens today. And I think this is a thing that's been spoken of Jose Mourinho, and I do think I agree with Paul that they're 2 different sources of motivation. The players themselves, in everything they've given to get to this level of their career, and the love for the club that they should have. If they are playing for us, they should love the club. But also Jose needs to learn how to motivate them. And I fully understand the criticism when we're watching those players give up against Brighton and a bit more so against Chelsea as well, that you do have to question Jose and his ability to get the best out of that squad. You have to question his man management, but you also, I think, have to look at the players, and they should have their own personal motivations to go out and get the 3 points in this game for way more reasons than one. But David, if the question right now is coming down purely to motivation, who would you look at first and foremost?
Simple as I look at form, Matty. Okay, so it comes down to the players. At the end of the day, we have to remember, okay, they're not little boys. These are fully grown men. Now, if the likes of everyone, us normal fans who live a normal life, can motivate ourselves to get out of bed and go to work every day and earn a living, why can't these players motivate themselves to go out and run around for 90 minutes? Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, they get paid to stay fit. It's as simple as that. They get paid to be fit and run around. They didn't do it. Now, do you know what I mean? If I turned up to my job and just sat there and said, no, I'm not doing my work today, I'd be sacked. Same as anybody else. So why should it be any different for the players as well? If these players had got over the line under Pochettino when they had two league title challenges, Champions League final, a League Cup final, and numerous of FA Cup and League Cup semi-finals as well, right? But they didn't. They bottled it every single time. So that's why I keep going back to the motivation of the players, and are the players good enough? Do you know what I mean? Look, even under Pochettino, like a lot of people think Dele Alli's the saviour, but you have to go back on the Pochettino. On the back end of Pochettino, he was poor as well. But look, not only Dele Alli, but on the back end of Pochettino, people have to remember this. After Christmas, Okay, we got to the Champions League final that season. But, Mike, our league form was covered up by that Champions League final. Now,
Absolutely.
if we didn't get to the Champions League final, Pochettino probably would have been gone earlier. The Champions League final gave Pochettino half of last season. And these players, the same players that got Pochettino sacked, who brought them to a Champions League final, which half of them probably never thought they'd ever play in, right? And then they go and do the same to Mourinho. That's why I keep questioning the players. If they would have won things in the past, then you can sit here and say 100% it's Mourinho. But because they've had chances to win, right? They all come out in the press as well talking about, I might have to leave Tottenham one day to win trophies. It's a myth. They've all had the chance. They blew it every single time. So that's why you have to question the players.
Absolutely, I fully agree with you on that one. We've Louis here in the comment saying, I know it must be hard to stream when times are tough, but that's when we need you the most. Genuinely cannot listen to Sky BT pundits anymore. And look, honestly, people like you, Louis, the channel members, everyone who's doing it, obviously the only reason we do this. And it wouldn't be possible for us to spend our time. Like, I wouldn't have met David, I wouldn't have met Marcelo if it wasn't for everyone who did watch my videos, because there'd be no point in me doing them. So I owe as much to everyone who does watch these videos as I do to anybody else.
And just, sorry, mate, just on the viewers there, just on that comment quickly. If we didn't have people like all of you in the live chats, all the people watching, if we didn't have people like you watching, we wouldn't be sitting here doing it, because there's nothing more demoralizing than putting your stuff out there and nobody's watching it. Do you know what I mean? So you need to give yourself a slap on the back and a big well done as well, because of your commitment to our channels is the reason why we're still able to sit here and do all this.
Absolutely, 100%. You know, it's not just the people who come in with the super chats. It's not just the people who are channel members. As much as they do help that little bit more, it is the person who clicks on the video, the person who clicks that like button, the person who shares it on Twitter. Everything really, really does help this channel, and I appreciate every single one of you who does do it. You know, most of my watch lines, there'll be 300 likes in it, and I appreciate every one of those 300 people as much as anybody else. So honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I do genuinely mean that. We have Chemo here saying Carlos Vinicius and Lucas waving at Matty and David. Look, we know they watch our streams. We know they love us and we're the best out there, but look, we leave that for another day. Thomas says we bang on about our defenders making mistakes. When playing your backs to the wall football for 90 minutes, it's very difficult not to panic and make a mistake. Most of our mistakes happen in blind panic. And David, this is something I spoke about on my preview live stream last night. Jose can't be held accountable for the individual mistakes that a lot of players do make, but what he can be held accountable for is putting us in a position where those individual mistakes are so costly. You know, if we had killed that game off against Palace, Lloris's mistake wouldn't have mattered. If we killed off the game against Wolves, Ben Davis's mistake wouldn't have mattered. If we, had played better against Liverpool, maybe Eric Dyer losing Firmino at the corner wouldn't have mattered as much as it did. Do you think Jose does need to, in some regard, be held accountable for these mistakes?
See, again, Matty, this is a tricky situation, because how many games have we sat there and watched our players not pass a ball to a player in the same colour shirt? That's the basics of being able to get out and get up the field, is finding a player in the same coloured shirt. Now, when you're just giving the ball back to your opposition, naturally you're just going to be penned back in and you're going to drop deeper and deeper. So, look, for me, I actually think it's a bit of both, Matty. I think the players have to be held responsible as well as Jose. It's a 50-50 situation. If the players execute their passes better and had they're able to get us up the field, we're not relying on defending so much. But as well, tactically, it has a small bit to do with it as well. But mainly, I blame the players. I genuinely, be honest with you, I've never disliked the squad as much as I dislike this squad. Never.
Yeah, no, I believe that, and I do agree with that. You know, back in maybe under the days of AVB, Tim Sherwood, even just a little bit before that, the squad probably didn't have as much quality as it has now, but you could bet your bottom dollar every single one of those players would go out and fight for the badge. Every single one of them. Like Roman Pavlyuchenko, it's the first example that comes to mind. He wasn't the most talented footballer. Now, he had some incredible moments, but you knew he was going to fight for the team and fight for the badge. And more often than not, it did end up in end product. You know, he had some wonderful moments at the football club. And even the likes of Peter Crouch, you know, he's a bit of a journeyman, a legend of Premier League football. But he's not as good as Heung-min Son. He's not as good as Harry Kane. And if Son can't provide in the last couple of weeks without Harry Kane, I think questions do need to be asked on that regard. Spade says, when does it start? The game's kicking off in about 15 minutes. We'll watch it the whole way through here. Young says, Marcelo's American. No wonder he's so brash and impulsive. I can say this. I'm in New York. Love Marcelo even more now.
He's actually Brazilian, but he's living in America.
Yeah, he's Brazilian, but he moved
on to America. He may as well be American. He's all the American characteristics.
Absolutely. Louis says blame is to be shared. Mourinho has some of the blame, I assume. Scott says seems like the main problem was to have a player like Eriksen who was pulling the strings and to allow him to decline and leave with no replacement plan. And that is it. It's a lack of plan in terms of transfers. We let Vertonghen go, we didn't replace him. We let Eriksen go, we didn't replace him. We let Moussa Dembele go, and for a long time there, we didn't replace him. How much of this does come down to
haven't replaced him?
All right, do you think Højbjerg is a bit of a replacement there?
No, see, with Moussa Dembele, what Moussa Dembele used to do is be able to take the ball off the back four and just drive us up the field single-handedly. You know what I mean? Højbjerg is different. Højbjerg is a great defensive midfielder. Don't get me wrong, absolutely fantastic. Good on the ball as well. But we still haven't replaced Moussa Dembele in terms of what he used to do for the team, in my opinion. I think if you could say Højbjerg was Victor Wanyama's replacement, I'd say all day long, spot on, great. But for me, I still don't think we have replaced Moussa Dembele. Now, there is shades of that. There is shades of that in Ndombele. But it's up to him to be able to get that out of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've said kind of since the start of the season that Højbjerg and Ndombele together kind of create the Dembele effect. Yes. Like Højbjerg is the defensive side of Dembele, and then Ndombele is the more attacking side of it. And it just goes to show that when we have two sensational footballers at the level of Højbjerg and Ndombele, and together they are the quality of Dembele, I think goes to show just how underrated Moussa Dembele was. Yeah. Insane footballer. Arthur says, we love watching you and we love having you in the live chat. Arthur, a question for the old fans. Does anyone remember the Peanut Man? If there's anyone there watching who doesn't remember him, pop down in the live chat there. I personally haven't a clue who the Peanut Man is, but I'm sure if Arthur's coming out with it, there's definitely a great story behind that one. GK Clarkey says not many players play for the badge anymore. Most play for the manager, and we don't have enough players wanting to play for the manager. David, there's reports in the last week or so that even the players who are getting on really well with Jose personally and do love the manager are beginning to question his tactics and all that stuff on the pitch. Do you think when we get to the point where the players stop playing for the manager, what do you think is the next step in the process?
That again, it's a hard one because at the end of the day, look, obviously when players stop playing for a manager, the easiest option is to get rid of your manager and replace him with another manager. But come the summer, the same problems are still going to be there with this squad. Let's make no mistake about this. Mm-hmm. Like, obviously, if the players stop playing for your manager, you have to replace him. But them same problems are still going to be there come the summer, 100%. Let's not get this mistaken here. The same problems are still going to be there in the summer in terms of players not being good enough. We need more recruitment. We lack quality. All them problems are still going to be there, just with a different manager in charge. That's all it is. Changing the manager is brilliant by the board because what they do then is they take the attention off themselves. Do you know what I mean? And throw another manager under the bus like they did with Pochettino. But what I say to you is add up every trophy these guys have won in this squad compared to what Jose Mourinho has run. They haven't a patch on the record Jose Mourinho has trophies. So who are they to stop running for this manager? Now, if he can go to Madrid, if he can go to Inter Milan, if he can go to United and Chelsea, and win titles, win cups, playing this sort of way. Who do these group of players who've won absolutely fuck all think they are to not play the Mourinho way when he can go to the biggest clubs in the world and do it?
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the biggest problem that people who were calling for Jose to be sacked. I think the biggest problem the Jose in fans are having with that is, who are we to question? Who are we to question what he's doing, because he has won it everywhere else he's been. And people are saying that the worst time of his career was at Manchester United, but he still won the treble there. As Lily White Lane was saying a while ago, it's not the treble anyone wants to win. It's a Community Shield, the Europa League and the League Cup as well.
I take that treble right now.
Exactly, that's the thing. Every single Spurs fan will bite your hand off, even just for Europa League. Not only because it looks like it'll be our only way back into the Champions League this season, but every single Spurs fan just wants to see a trophy. And I do feel that's the only way this era under Jose Mourinho could be successful, is if we do win a trophy, no matter what it is. We just need some silverware on the board. We need to give these players a taste of what it feels like to get that medal put around your neck, and not the runners-up medal, the actual winners medal. And so much can be said about this. I assume it is a discussion for another day. We're about 10 minutes out here.
That's a discussion that me and you need to kind of sit down and really put out a good video about all of this. You know what I mean? Sit there and do a point by point. It'd be a great video, I think.
Yeah, I'd definitely love to do that. I'm sure there's people there who would love to watch that. David, the watch-along tradition, we're 10 minutes out from kickoff. Are the nerves creeping in?
No. We're going to go big today. We're going to slap up the baggies. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they have a few ex-Gunners in there. They have Kyle Bartley. They have Mainsley, Ayton and Niles. So I'm going to treat this like a derby because they have some Arsenal ex-Gunners in there. Look, honestly, it's West Brom Albion, one of the worst Premier Division teams I've ever seen. They're going down this year, 100%. And let's hopefully today we can kick off the start of a nice winning run, a good collection, a good run on the way to winning trophies. And start off today by absolutely smashing the baggies and sending them blowing away in the wind. I actually seen a comment there by someone asking me, does Harry Kane's hair look good today? Because, of course, we all know if Harry Kane's hair is on point, Harry Kane is on point. Absolutely. One thing I will say, stay tuned. I'll be able to tell you when I see him walking out on the pitch whether I think he's going to be good or not today. And I'm never usually too far wrong with Harry Kane. And I genuinely have pinpointed it down to whether his hair is on fire or not. So we'll wait and see.
Yeah, it was a game against Liverpool. You said that Harry Kane's hair isn't looking too good, and fair enough. You were right on that one. He did underperform throughout that game. I've put the team there, David, if you want to join us. So back in there, Marcelo, I think should be joining us very shortly. There's a comment there a second ago saying if Spurs lose today, does Jose get sacked, David? I think it was Russ that came in with that comment. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, look, Matty, I think it becomes untenable. No, I think we'll all be in agreement in that. It becomes untenable. But you know, if Jose gets sacked, obviously we deal with it. But honestly, I'm not going to come out with anything about Jose. I'm going to come out with everything about the players because, like I said, who do they think they are? But it is what it is. Honestly, we may as well be realistic. If he loses today, his position is untenable. There's no way you can keep him. But knowing Daniel Levy probably will keep him. You just don't know with Tottenham. This is the thing.
Yeah. Everything is always up in the air. And Russ, look, I know Russ is a Leeds fan. Thank you so much for joining us. Your support on the channel does not go unnoticed. I think I wouldn't say he should be, but I think he very, very well might be. And, you know, if we do lose to West Brom today, then if we lose to Everton and we're out of the Cup, then we lose to City next Sunday, then I don't think there are too many people out there that could defend Jose's position. And if it's a case of the players still aren't playing for him, I think then there's no debate, he has to go. But like I said yesterday, it's a case of how you lose rather than whether or not you do lose. I know that sounds ridiculous when we're a team who do want to win trophies, but when we are losing, if we're going to do it, let's do it the right way. We have Philip here saying 100% should be the attitude of any player who steps on the pitch. Can't stand the lazy players, brings the team down. Paul says today is about getting attitude and tactics right in preparation for our next two games, which will define the season. Martin says, good morning, Jen. Still sore after the 3-3 loss last night. Martin, of course, a Manchester United fan. I'm not going to lie, I thoroughly enjoyed watching that game of football, Martin. I enjoyed watching you drop points, but I do relate with you in the disappointment of a late equaliser for a 3-3 draw. I think Spurs fans know that all too well. I think we have Marcelo ready to join us in a second. Take your time, Marcelo, no rushing that.
Just on the attitude thing, Matty. If me, you and Marcelo can turn up to these watch-alongs every 3 days with the right attitude, why can't the players? They're getting paid to turn up with the right attitude. We don't. But we and every other fan that sits down in front of the TV and watches the games can turn up with the right attitude. Why can't the players? It's what they get paid to do.
Exactly, you really have to question that. Kenneth says, big up David and Matt from Stavanger. I hope I pronounced that right. In Norway, lads, let's get him 3 points. Kenneth, thank you so much for tuning in from Norway. I love seeing all these where, you know, what countries people are tuning in from. Again, there's 300 in the live chat. Put down in that live chat what country you're tuning in from, and we'll run through every single one of them about 6 minutes away from kickoff.
I'm like you. I actually really enjoy seeing where people are tuning in from and where they're from and all. I love it. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's always it's kind of humbling to see, you know, what corners of the world people are tuning in from. I always enjoy taking a quick look at that one. We have Tammy the goat tuning in from Sri Lanka. I'm sorry, I don't know how to read that one, but I assume it is a wonderful place. Tony's in Warrington, Thomas is in Aberdeen in Scotland. We have Officer Doofy from Italy, DJ Samuel from England, Ireland from St. Kitts, Full-Time Talk coming in from Bangladesh as well. Some outstanding places here. Alec, Australian watching from Thailand. Russ is in England. Kevin enjoying the show from Longford. So another Irish kid tuning in with us here. Even more coming in. Eamon from County Derry. Adam Weitzman from Israel. Kai is in California. John says, I've watched the last 3 watch-alongs, better than watching it live. Thanks for that. Kyron from Trinidad and Tobago. Eunice from Canada. Neil from Wales. All over the world. People tuning in from absolutely everywhere.
Yeah,
we're 5 minutes out. It is, isn't it? It's crazy stuff. We're about 5 minutes out from kickoff now. The players are walking out onto the pitch, led of course by Hugo Lloris and Harry Kane, not too far behind him. David, is there any fear that we could see a recurrence of Harry Kane's injury today?
That's my biggest fear. That's the biggest fear that I had when I seen him in the lineup. Look, do you honestly think he's 100% fit today, man? I don't.
I don't. Truth be told, I really don't.
It's a huge risk. It's a huge risk, and I just hope it pays off. Because if Harry, look, do you know what? Even if we win today and Harry Kane comes back off injured, Mourinho's still going to get the blame.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I suppose he probably should if he is playing him knowing he's not fit. But then again, we know what Harry Kane's like. He tells managers he's fit just because he's that dedicated and he wants to play. Do you know what I mean? For all we know, Harry Kane might not be fit, but he's telling Jose he's fit because he doesn't want Jose to lose his job. You know what I mean? You just don't know.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Harry Kane is that type of player who will do anything it takes to get out on the pitch. Now, I'm sure there is some part of him that knows how dangerous it will be to come out on this pitch, risking further injury, given how these injuries have affected him in the past. And we're so lucky that this injury this time it's ended up being less than a week and a half that he has been out, only missed 2 games, and we did miss him massively in those 2 games. But still, I think it could definitely be a huge risk. Officer Doofy says, how is Harry's hair? Have you seen it yet, David?
No, I haven't seen it yet. Did you put up the link for the match? Yeah.
I did. Is it not up there? Let me try that one more time.
Is it on the Watchalong group? Yeah.
Yeah, I think you were in it a second ago.
Right, 1 second. Yeah. I'll mention it now. No, I haven't seen his hair yet.
Well, we'll see it in a second, and David will tell you. We have.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
The broadcaster here seems to think Spurs will be lining up in a 4-2-3-1 with Lamela playing centrally, Lucas and Son on the right and left respectively, and of course Højbjerg and Ndombele in the double pivot. We'll let you know as soon as we can when the game kicks off just how accurate that is.
He's ready. He's ready.
He's ready.
Yeah, he's ready. He has a goal in him today. I'm telling you, there's a goal in him. He looks focused. He looks ready. His hair is slicked back, combed right back, greased. Everything's perfect. There's not a hair out of place. He's a good skin colour on him today. I'm telling you, lads, he doesn't look pale like he did against Liverpool. He is going to rip West Brom up today.
Look, you heard it here first. The Irish Hotspur had said Harry Kane's hair is on point, so we're going to get 3 points today. Are there any other players you think could be important to us in this one, David?
Do you know what? Look, obviously, Son, Højbjerg, but I think crucial would be Lamela today, playing in that in the 4-2-3-1. I think he's going to be crucial because he's the sort of player that can turn us the ball higher up the pitch with his work rate and his aggression. So if we can nick the ball off them higher up the pitch, it means you have less players to play through and you can nick a few goals. That's what was happening at the start of the season against United and Southampton and that. Here we have Marcelo. Thank God, because I just need to go to the toilet. So thanks for tuning in, Marcelo. You're relieving me for a minute and we'll be back for the game in 2 minutes.
Absolutely.
Come on.
See you next, David. Marcelo, that link is open in the Watchalong group on Twitter there if you want to hop in. The game's about to kick off. Thanks for getting up for this one, Marcelo. I appreciate you joining us so early in the morning over there. And look, as Chemo says here, only in the Mate's Watchalong will you get Harry Kane hair analysis. We tell you what you want to know. We talk about the important stuff. Harry Kane's hair is all that matters when Spurs are about to kick off. Kenneth says, big up, Marcelo. There's been a lot of people asking for you when you'll be joining us today. But how are you getting on this morning, Marcelo?
I try to wake up before the pre-match show, but I was up all night with my friend. He was leaving to Arkansas, so I had to hang out with them. So but yeah, I tried to get up as early as I could, but
no, I completely understand that. I don't know if I'd be getting up for this crap at 7 o'clock in the morning over there.
Yeah, no, it's still around 6, but you know what I mean.
God.
Hey, all that matters is that we're here. We're ready to go. I'm sad that I missed the pre-match. I love the pre-match show. I love talking to the fans, but look, listen, the 3 points a must, and for me, for these players, even for Mourinho, I haven't seen the lineup yet. I literally woke up, dressed up, and tried to get to you. I
love that.
But for me, for Jose, for these players, the tactics have to be right. It's a must 3 points. If we don't get 3 points, this is going to turn real nasty, guys. It's going to turn real nasty. I think the club is going to be pretty toxic with the Mourinho outs and the position in which we're going to be, and Levy. As soon as we start going down the table, he's a guy that he's not afraid to pull the button. So be interesting.
Yeah, fingers crossed things will turn around fairly soon. We've Ben here from Rivalry Side TV saying, I'm hoping Spurs find form today and get a win going into the City game next week. You may do us a big favour if we do ourselves one today and beat City. Good luck, lads. Cheers for that, Ben. I would say good luck to you against City as well, because Shane, a friend of mine's a Liverpool fan. It's his birthday today, so I'm hoping you do get the 3 points for him. But thanks for tuning in, Ben. Hugely appreciate that. We are underway at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, about 50 seconds in now. Spurs kicking from left to right. We'll get a bit of a look into formation in a second, but just for Marcelo's sake and for anyone else who doesn't know the lineup, it is Hugo Lloris starting in goal. We have Serge Aurier in left back, Davinson Sanchez and Toby Alderweireld starting in centre back, with Ben Davies out on the left. It is looking maybe like a double pivot of Højbjerg and Ndombele, with Lamela, Lucas and Son starting behind Harry Kane, who returns to the starting 11 today. A massive surprise for everyone. But any surprises other than Kane in that lineup, Marcelo?
That's interesting. And then Ndombele, so he's going to play in Ndombele as a number 8. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I think he's dropping deep there beside Højbjerg already. I think it does look like that. And maybe Lucas central with Son on the left and Lamela on the right, but I'm sure they'll interchange the whole way throughout this game. And you can see the most blatant 4-4-2 from West Brom you're ever going to see. No surprise with Sam Allardyce in the dugout. But Ben here saying, have they rushed Kane back, or is he 100%? I think they have rushed him back a bit, and I think Jose has been forced into putting him back into this team. But maybe we do need him. What do you make of that one, Marcelo?
No, I think he's definitely been rushed back. Personally, I would have rather wait for the Everton game where he's going to be like 100%. Because in my opinion, I believe, right, and I know people are going to sound crazy, but I believe we still have a very good chance in the cup games. Because I think with our style, our defensive style, you know what I mean, our counterattacking style, we're very suited to the cup games. And I think the FA Cup, Europa League, these can be big tournaments and where we can find success. Personally, the league, I don't know. It's not looking good at the moment, but what a...
Okay, looking to get Lamela in behind. Johnson comes out and he deals with that fairly competently there. But straight away, Kane dropping in behind the trio playing across that front line and trying to pull the strings from there. West Brom struggling to get on the ball here. I suppose it's as expected. We are going to need to keep the ball today and try and bring the game to West Brom, which we definitely should be able to do. As Ben Davies here drives forward down the left-hand side, plays it into Harry Kane, who gives it back to Ben Davies. Oh, brilliant challenge there by Semi Ajayi. No, I think he got the ball. It was good defending, but looking a bit penetrative there. A good drive forward from Ben Davies and a little 1-2, and we were almost in a goal, but some good defending. Wayne says at least we're passing the ball. Yeah, we're only 3 minutes in. It is only West Brom, but it's been a good start. We're moving the ball quickly. I think Ndombele being a bit important behind the attacking lines and getting that ball moving. David, welcome back.
Yeah, sorry lads, I just had to put on the jersey as well. I had to put on the jersey. I've seen Rivalry Aside comment there. Big up Rivalry Aside, by the way. If I can just give them a plug, Matty, as well. I was on their channel yesterday morning. Great show. The two boys putting some great work, so make sure you get over there and throw them a bit of support. They have a Liverpool fan, an Arsenal fan, and a Spurs fan, but it's mainly Ben and Luke, which is the Spurs and Liverpool fan that do the channel. So make sure you get over there and show them some support. And I told you Harry Kane's looking sharp, by the way. I told you I can tell by his hair.
You did.
We need to get players in the box, though. You know what I mean? Like every time we go looking at, there's nobody in the box.
Yeah, there's not too many players forward there. But James says, "Hello lads, 7 a.m. for me. Just got on. How are we feeling?" I think there's a bit of positivity in here today. I think Marcelo, we actually didn't get a score prediction from you. Do you think Spurs will come out of this with the 3 points?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, every week. You know what I mean? We can beat everybody. David and I, we're from the same branch. You know what I mean? I'm a little bit more pessimistic. David's a little bit more positive. But at the end of the day, I back the team. I back my manager, and it's gonna be 3 points. I'm going 2-0 Spurs.
2-0. Love it. Martin here saying West Brom are very physical, so it's a big risk to bring Kane back early. Hopefully for his sake he doesn't do his tactic of fake jumping with an opponent. His tactic, everyone does that, Martin, and you know it. Don't come in here trying to get a reaction out of us.
I was just thinking, lads, this is the moments I live for. Just being able to wake up, sit here and watch talk. Honestly, this is a glorious moment. It's the moments that we live for throughout the whole week. It's the moment we build up our content around, is the match days. And now that they arrive, it's just the best moment in life to be able to sit here and watch Tottenham run around the Hotspur Stadium. It's fantastic, honestly. There's no better feeling.
Absolutely. Yeah. This is what football's about. It's every single week builds up to this moment, and every week after reviews this moment. It's what it's all about. And it's, again, I don't know what I'll say, but it's an absolute pleasure to be able to share this game with the two of you and everyone who is in the live chat as well. It really is. You know, before we started these watch-alongs, I'd never watched a Spurs game with a Spurs fan apart from when I was at the stadium, and that's the honest truth. Like, so it is a fantastic experience for me to be able to share this with you.
Really?
Harry Kane closing down Johnston. Yeah, no, I don't really know. There are no Spurs fans in Limerick. Like, I know one or two that I worked with, but when I was with them, we were working. Like,
no, honestly, Marcelo, with Ireland, see, Ireland's divided up between a lot of small little towns. Like, every county is divided up between a lot of small little towns, and Spurs fans are few and far between. If you're United in Liverpool, you can just go and knock on your neighbour's door, crack open a can and talk United, Liverpool, whatever. But as Spurs fans, like, honestly, there's very few and far between. And this is the great thing about the internet and the likes of StreamYard and these watch-alongs, that we can, like, we're all in different locations, but we can all sit here and enjoy the game together. Do you know what I mean?
Stretched here. Defend.
Oh, no.
Ooh,
Jesus.
Dangerous ball in behind there. Thankfully, is that Maitland? Of course, it's Maitland Niles getting in the back there.
Yeah.
He just missed the ball. Who crossed that in?
Wannabe.
It was Connor Townsend getting his foot in the ball and whipping it in towards the back post, with just past the stretching boot of Ainsley Maitland-Niles there.
See, they know just coming off the back of Ben Davies and they'll get a chance. They know that.
That's what we need to do, boys, when we get up front. You know what I mean? Like, we need to have our cutting edge. You know what I mean? Like, cross the ball right there, Sonny. Oh, man. But you just hold it for too long.
Yeah, it's too passive. It allows them to get everyone back behind the ball.
Yeah.
That's it, Sonny. That's the fight we want to see. Crack one. Have one.
He needs a good game today, in my opinion.
Go on, Lucas.
Lucas.
Go on, Lucas.
Unlucky.
He's a good dribbler, but he's still... That was a good dribble. That was nice.
Yeah.
See Højbjerg applauding him and trying to motivate him a bit after that run. But he's walked past Maitland-Niles, he's nipped it past 70J, but it's good covering by Bartley.
Another ex-Schooner, Kyle Bartley, as he came through their youth system. Another Gunnosaurus one of them. Sick of them. Well, lads, one thing I will say is we started very positive today. We started on the front foot, which is what every Spurs fan wanted to see. All we need now is just to add that early goal to it, and we're away.
And we put in No Baller as a number 8, so it's glad to see that Jose's been listening to me.
I'm telling you, they watch these streams, all of them. Lamella whips into the box, but Chelsea comes out clean.
Yeah, it's close.
Whether they make it known or not, believe me, all these players and managers and pundits, even Sky Sports and all, they keep an eye on the YouTube content creators. Make no mistakes about it, lads.
Oh, especially Twitter. I mean, the thing is, I would say the media towards Mourinho is very vile. You know what I mean? Like, when things get bad, they really like to, make it seem worse.
Absolutely.
When it's with them. You know what I mean? I saw like a tweet, I think it was like from like a journalist. And he's like, oh, you know what I mean? Like Tottenham, oh my god.
Oh, the header. God. Who's that guy? Is that Diagne?
That is awful. That is some shocking defending.
He looks like he wants to be Mane.
Oh, look, it's concerning that they're getting in behind our fullback so easy and getting that ball into the box. And Diagne finding so much space peeling off the back of all the viral there.
What is like Davies doing there?
That's a good question. I don't think anyone has
Look
ever
at him.
had
He's just watching. Question. He's just watching.
Sanchez, what are you doing?
God. Oh, holy Jesus. If that was against a bigger team, we would have been punished. And now he wants to blame someone else. Take responsibility yourself. Oh, my God. This is the problem with some of these players, man. He's putting his hands up like, oh, who was coming to help me? At the end of the day, he took about 5 years on the ball. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck's sake, lads.
For anyone, if you do want to sync your stream up, we're about 2 seconds behind this match clock that you're seeing on stream here. So if you do want to sync up, that can be your biggest guide. As Harry Kane picks the ball up in the middle of the park out to Son, just a straight offside. The referee's going to play it out. The Son cuts in off the left hand side and has a go, and it's saved by Sam Johnson.
It's a good shot. Good go.
Yeah, it's more direct. It's more positive. We're getting the ball forward. We'll take a bit more of that, please.
Harry's looking the dog's bollocks today, lads.
He is indeed. Maybe he hasn't been rushed back. But look, we'll have to wait and see.
I don't think Mourinho would be the type to just rush him back. I think Mourinho knows how important he is.
Wait, his job hanging on the line, though, Marcelo.
I don't know. That's a good
I
point.
like the way you took it. I like the way you
Everything
paused
changes.
and you were just so sure. No. Brilliant.
But I don't know. It's tough to say, you know what I mean? Like, for me, right, I understand we're in the bad stint, but I like to back at least, my new manager, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if this was Jose's, third, I consider this his first season in my opinion, right?
Mm.
But like, if this was like his third season, or
Sergio Aurier, out to the edge of the box to Lamela.
Have it.
Lamela hits it. Oh, it's just over the bar. But this is so much better from what we've seen in the last couple of days. We're getting the ball in like really high up the pitch. We're moving it quickly. We're testing the keeper from range. And this is better from Spurs, but still looking very vulnerable at the back, which I think we do need to be wary of at this moment.
Well, I mean, we're always going to look vulnerable at the back.
I just pray that the defenders can actually grow into this game and create a bit of confidence between themselves, because like the way we're looking going forward, I think if we keep that up, we will eventually break them down and score. But like the way
that's the issue, though, David. They don't grow into the game. If you look at the stats, they don't grow into the game. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the goals we conceded is like at the 80th minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The amount of times we concede in the 80th minute, it's really shocking, man.
Oh Jesus! Toby went to pick up the ball and ended up kicking it away.
Come on. No, you're being a little bit.
You can't even pick up a football properly at this rate. That's how bad they're getting.
Come on.
Well, these handball rules, maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah.
He's Connor Townsend driving off down the left hand side, and Lucas ends up flat in his face.
Oh my God.
Diagne's not happy already. Diagne's really frustrated about the service he's getting. Oh, good turn by Harry Kane. Oh, it's a poor ball.
Come on, what are you stepping over that for? That's so stupid. Take it with you.
But Harry Kane looking so sharp. Yeah, absolutely. It's Gareth Bale and Joe Rodon, the Welsh duo on the bench. Who would have thought that with Gareth Bale, Joe Rodon, and Ben Davies in our team, the most consistent Welshman in our starting 11 will be Ben Davies? Who would have thought it?
Do you know what? Like,
I'm not even gonna lie, Matty. That kind of made me a little bit dead inside. Just thinking about that. That kind of just made me a little bit empty, bro.
That's what I'm here for.
Honestly, I don't even want to talk about Ben Davies anymore, because honestly, he doesn't warrant his name being mentioned.
Not even the best Ben Davies in the league, lads. Am I right?
Oh yeah,
man. As soon as you said it, as soon as Liverpool signed him, I was sitting there and I was like, spot on. Like, you know what I mean? I was sitting there ready to argue with you, and then I was like, I can't even argue. You know what I mean? So what's the point?
Why would you argue? Why would you even try to defend Ben Davies? I understand he's a Tottenham player, man, but he's not my player.
You know what? I was saying yesterday that we stopped. We don't even call these players by their nicknames anymore, because they don't deserve it. Like, we don't call Endon Baller anymore. We call him Ndombele now, because he just doesn't deserve it now.
I call
him Baller. Do you know what I mean? The one name I am actually going to bring back is Mr. Anonymous, and that's for Ben Davies. I'm bringing that one back again.
We'll allow it.
When did it ever leave?
Go on, Harry Kane. Great battling there from Harry Kane. His son gets it, looks down for Lamela on the right hand side, but it's good covering by Connor Townsend.
It left when he done a prime Roberto Carlos against Stoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
That's the last one from him.
You know what I mean? You had all these Ben Davies fans telling me to be quiet now because he scored one goal against the championship opposition.
It was a good strike, to be fair, but nothing has happened since. Martin says, what's your opinions on Mourinho's Bale comments after the last game? Let's hold on a second. Kane free at the back post. Aurier finds Harry Kane, gets it down at his feet. Lamela, Kane hits it with his left foot. Oh, he's put it wide.
Kane hits that like he hits that 8 out of 10 times. I mean, 9 out of 10 times, man. 10 out of 10 times. 10 out of 10 times. I didn't even bother to like get excited because I thought it was a goal, bro. You know what I mean? I was already like, 1-0.
Oh, I hit the stanchion behind. I thought I hit the bar.
Yeah, I think it's actually a fair bit wide in the end. But look, one word I want to use that has described the first 15 minutes of this is battling. From all of those players in the front line, Harry Kane 3 or 4 times has done really well battling against the opposition. Lamela there did so well up against Connor Townsend to win that ball back, flicked it down the line to Sergio Aurier, who I think played the perfect pass into Harry Kane at the back post, in the edge of the box, brought it onto his left foot, and he looked for the near top corner, but it went wide of the goal and hit the stanchion. But look, it's better. It's an improvement. It absolutely is. Martin says, what's your opinion on Mourinho's Bale comments after the last game? He was interviewed, just for those who don't know, after the game against Chelsea, and he was asked why Gareth Bale didn't come on, and he said to the reporter, that's a good question, but you don't deserve to know the answer. This is the toxic sort of Mourinho that United fans have been warning us about. Marcelo, we take you first. What do you make of those comments by Jose?
First off, I don't think that's toxic. I mean, if you're gonna ask a stupid question, you don't deserve the answer from the GOAT. That's all I'm gonna say. I wouldn't have answered that question.
Same question. Did we not ask the same question on here? Why hasn't he brought Gareth Bale?
But we're fans. But we're, you know what I mean? Like, you like, look, I'm seeing a lot of unprofessional journalism when it's coming to Mourinho. Like, I'm looking at, like, media websites, and they're, like, saying, oh, Mourinho, look how many points he's done. You know what I mean? Poch got sacked for this. I'm like, well, it's a complete different season with a complete different tally, right? But, like, for me, like, you ask something like that as a professional. You mean, oh, why didn't you play this? Why didn't you play this tactic? You know what I mean? Like, that's a fan's question. You know what I mean, Matty? Like, that's not a journalist question, in my opinion.
But as well,
not a point. Sorry.
As well, though, lads, think about it, right? It's plain as day to see why he doesn't bring on Gareth Bale. It's plain as day because he doesn't want him to come on. So, also, in my opinion, if the journalist can't see that, if he is going to ask such a stupid question, expect a stupid answer.
Yeah, also, it's a baiting question, you know what I mean? He does no favors in answering that, because if he goes out there and says, oh, Bale hasn't been good enough, then, like, that makes everything worse, you know what I mean? Oh, Mourinho and Bale fell out, you see you can see the newspapers, you see the new headline.
But no matter what he says, they make a headline out of it. It's as simple as that.
But that's the journalist's job. The journalist's job is to get a headline out of it. And another side of it is to get the answers to the questions the fans want to know. And we were asking those questions, and the journalist, she asked the questions as well. I think it was really harsh from Jose, and I think the journalist deserved either, he could have said the same thing, but in a much nicer way, or he could have just answered the question, because it's the answers we want to know. But at the end of the day, the journalist is there to get her headline.
Why not sit there and ask him why Sissoko was...
Harry Kane is in. Harry Kane is wide.
Oh.
I hate life. I hate football. I hate life. I hate football. I hate life. And I hate football.
That was a massive chance, Matty. Oh, that was a massive chance. But the thing is, as a journalist, why not sit there and ask why the players didn't run around? Why make it about Gareth Bale? That was a huge chance, man. How did he not bury that?
He takes it. First time his left foot, he just scuffed it, and away from goal it wasn't. It's not even close. Like,
he should have went near post. It's not his favourite keeper left him at the near post.
Oh man, if Kane is missing that tonight, boys, we got a long night ahead of us.
I know he's calls
Look, that's two chances for Kane already in the first 18 minutes. A sider from Son, a sider from Lamella.
Yeah.
It's more positive. This is, as Kevin said there a second ago, this is better.
Every time we miss these chances. Every time we miss these chances, though, Matty, it never ends well for us. You know what I mean?
That's also true. That's definitely true as well.
It look like it's snowing there a little bit.
Yeah, there's a light snow. Yeah, it's not sticking though, but there's a few reports before the lines were announced, like there's a little bit of snow in North London. Let's hope the football will warm us up. It's the ball back out the pitch.
Play him. Here it is.
Kane, just gets stuck on his feet and he hits it. It's blocked.
No, it's not.
The keeper manages to claim it.
He should have passed it to Son there, by the way.
But look, that's 3 times now Harry Kane has found space. Again, Aurier battling, winning that ball back high up the pitch off.
Good pass from Lamella.
It just gets stuck in behind him. I think it just gets stuck kind of behind him under his feet. Ben says, don't stress that. You're making chances. It's going to come. Get one early and you run them up. Exactly. We're creating chances more than we have in the past. As Lamella takes his corner short and Tongue and Damblade, it's a terrible return.
I fully agree with that. But how many times have we been haunted in the past for not taking our chances?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Newcastle, West Ham, there's other games. You know what I mean? There's been a lot of them.
Son puts it in and it's just past Kane. It's deflected off Kyle Bartley. It's out for a corner, but dominant from Spurs is the only word we can use for the last 10 minutes of this game. Another corner on the right hand side. It is absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's something, and this is what I'm saying, Matty. You know what I mean? I think the team is just down and out right now. I think when you go on such a bad win streak, you got to change some things, and you know what I mean. Jose has changed it, obviously, and if we win today, that could be the positive spark for us to go forward. You know what I mean? This team just needs something positive.
Lamella whips it in. half clear by the defender. Oliveira takes it down, looks for Lucas, but ends up making annoyance as well. Comes to Lamella in the box, and it's a great challenge.
What
Last gap
defending.
defending yet again. It's Diagne, the striker, who's come in with a brilliant challenge on the edge of the 6-yard box to prevent Lamella from getting a shot off. And it's another corner for Spurs. They took it short again. This time it worked out well. Oliveira looking to set it up for Lucas. Lucas gets a toe in there, comes to Lamella, and it's a fantastic challenge by Diagne. And Lamella out to whip it in from the right-hand side yet again.
Look, lads, I'm not even going to lie. I thought I was going to wake up in the morning to a very boring game. I was, ready. I got my triple, espresso coffee here. But it's been exciting. I've been liking this game. It's been good.
Lamella crosses it in that time, and it's a poor corner. And absolutely, this is better than we've seen in quite a while from Spurs in terms of getting on the front foot and trying to take this game to West Brom. It's exactly what we said we wanted. It's exactly what we needed, and it is exactly what we are getting. Let's hope we can.
I honestly do think, lads, if we get one, we'll go on and get a second, third, and fourth. It's going to be one of them days. It's just about how early we can get that one goal. Do you know what I mean?
Could be our Burnley. Could be our 5-0 Burnley game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, we are ripping these apart so easily. I hope it continues. I hope I haven't jinxed it.
Yeah, although, like you said, we're a team.
Stream, it is us.
Yeah, that's true. Oh man, I the amount of times our words came back to haunt us. The amount of times our words came back to haunt us, boys.
Look, it happens. It happens. You know what I mean? You expect
it. Maddie, you should make a You should make a compilation. Oh, does my internet okay? I was gonna say you should make like a compilation or like a groups of clips by the end of the year. You know what I mean? End of the season of every time our words came back to haunt us. Or you know what I mean? Best moments in these streams. I think people would like it.
Well, look, YouTube don't take videos longer than 12 hours, so I might have to cut a few down with the way we've jinxed things. Dahi here says, Matt Hayes, you boring, dull fool who censors fans for having an opinion. Terrible stream of people who have no character, so dull, so boring. Dahi, I censored you because, or I gave you a timeout because you made a comment on something that we said and call us boring, ignorant clickbait fans. So I'm going to increase that timeout now and just block you from the channel. But if you're going to make things personal, let's make things personal. You're allowed to have an opinion.
Don't mind him. He's also the same guy that sent me a 3-page dossier on how good Ben Davies is. So don't mind him. Do you know what I mean? Honestly, don't mind him. All he done on the Chris Cowlins video is slate me. Do you know what I mean? So, look, he's just one of them people. Unfortunately, you get them. But at the same time, they do say they're your biggest fans. So
yeah. I say this, Matty, you know what I mean? As we grow, you know what I mean? These people are going to come, so it is what it is. You can have your opinion, but guess what? You're still clicking the video and you're still watching, so thanks for the view, bud.
Absolutely. You got the view. Yeah, it's simple. Don't like it, don't watch it. End of discussion. Well, Dahi doesn't have a choice now. He's blocked from the channel, so he can't watch it. What I say to you, Matty, is
don't take it to heart, because he's one out of how many people that watch us week in, week out. He's one. Do you know what I mean? So just don't let that one person affect you when there's thousands of other people who enjoy it.
Yeah, here's Harry Kane picking up the ball edge of the box. Just held up there by Kyle Bartley. Gets the goal there as well.
Make my my Sunday, please. Like, it's 7 o'clock. Let's just win this fucking game, boys.
Yeah, you've a whole day. You've a whole day to look forward to if the result doesn't go our way.
Trust me, I won't be looking forward to it. I've been backing Mourinho. I've been very much defending him. But if he loses this one, I'm gonna get absolutely roasted.
You're right too.
I wonder how many of them Josie out people be on Twitter and that straight away if we win this game. I reckon that it'd be a very quiet weekend for them.
Nah, they'll still talk. They'll just say, "Oh, it's only West Brom," and yada yada yada.
Yeah, that's true. Look, you have to start winning games somewhere. It's another corner from Spurs on the right hand side. The whole game now being played in the West Brom final third. Let's make it count.
I mean, like, in my opinion, is as far as that goes, you know what I mean? Everybody's saying, "Oh, we need to play attacking football." I found an interesting stat, Matty. Every time, Pochettino would play the big teams like City, Liverpool, you know what I mean? All of those teams, he often gave away possession for a counter-attacking style.
Did
If
he?
you remember, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I think
we had like 30-20% possession against City, you know, Liverpool, and like all those teams that we faced.
Oh, great touch.
well,
Great
look,
touch.
if he's offside, I think. If it's all right for Pochettino, I'm sure those fans who are Jose out should start accepting it from Jose. But Russ here says, as a Leeds fan, I love the channel. Matty, David, and Marcelo are great to watch. Keep it up, chaps. Thank you so, Russ. Thank you
There you
so
go.
much, Russ. And as I said, your support doesn't go unnoticed.
Come on, man. Appreciate it.
But do you know when you start getting haters, Matty, it just shows how much your channel has grown and how much of an audience you're capturing. Because you know what I mean? That's the only time you start getting the haters is when you go big. So take it as a compliment, man.
Absolutely. Like I said, just giving us extra views. We had a Chelsea fan in the previous stream last night trying to tell me London is blue, and they're sat 2 points behind West Ham in the Premier League table. It was comical. Absolutely.
I'll tell you what else is blue. Thomas the Tank Engine, their manager, Thomas Tuchel. So
here's Harry Kane driving forward on the right hand side, held up by Romain Sawyers, and the cross is just a bit lackluster. West Brom.
The thing is, we're a little bit too reactive. You know what I mean? We wait until the ball lands. Nobody, is proactive. I want to see some players just like go into that space before the ball is there. You know what I mean? We're waiting till the ball gets to the box for us to do anything. You know what I mean? Let's read the game a little bit, lads. You know what I mean? Let's be a little bit more. Let's be moving in the box. Find ourselves some better space.
we're starting to slow things down a little bit. I don't like this.
Yeah. Well, it's like you said. This team really usually only has half in them.
Good
ball.
Good
Behind.
ball.
Getting behind. Oh, he got to be faster to that. He was waiting for the ball to reach him. He has to come across.
Yeah.
He has to come across Grant there and get to the ball first. Good
I
defending.
think maybe hold on. Maybe something with VAR.
No, you got
No. Oh no, I was gonna say
that's fair.
maybe a handball or something like that. Nah.
It's good defending. Grant gets there before him, just plays it off. Maybe that's actually.
I like your thinking though, Marcelo. I'll definitely take that right now.
Yeah, no, I would too.
Grant here, maybe with a bit of an injury. Ben says, for every negative comment, you're gaining 20 positives. It's a brilliant sign. You boys are fronting the crowds behind the keyboards. Thank you very much, Ben. Massively appreciate that. Here we have Skippy as well saying, hey guys, Liverpool fan here, enjoying these live watch along vids. Good stuff. Thank you again for that. As for the match, Spurs are looking good so far. However, I don't believe Kane is 100%. He seems slightly hesitant. Yeah, look, he's looking sharp, but I think coming back from that injury, he probably will be a bit hesitant. He always has these injuries, and maybe he's afraid of a bit of a recurrence with that one. But Skippy goes on to say 2-0 win for Spurs. I certainly hope you're right on that one. Here we have Kieran saying, watching this with my father-in-law and literally just commented on how professional Matt sounds. Great work, and I don't even support Spurs. Great, good stuff, lads. Thank you very much, Kieran. Massively appreciate that one. Honestly, I really do.
Honestly, we always say that to you, Matty, how professional you sound. And he's just after turning on and he loves it. So it's a credit to you, lad.
Honestly, it is really flattering, you know what I mean, that there's other people from other clubs that are, even willing to, stay here and watch us. It goes to show that, you know what I mean, we're doing something right, Matty, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, that's awesome. That's great to see. You know what I mean? All clubs are welcome. Even the scum Red Arsenal fans, you know what I mean? If you want to come in here, come in here.
Well, you're not welcome on the Irish Hotspur. Don't any Arsenal fans like that.
We take fans of every single club as long as you're talking about football, nothing personal and all that stuff. Come in, have a bit of football banter, have a bit of a discussion, but fans from any single club is welcome. Yeah,
we're very mixing pot, you know what I mean, of other clubs, I guess you can say, right, Matty?
Yeah.
Unless you're Arsenal.
David just can't climb over that wall. Ben says we should do a Spurs.
I'll never be able to break that one down ever.
Well,
would you be up for that, doing a Spurs Liverpool watch along with Rivalry Side TV next season? Get a bit of rivalry, literally in the live stream. I'd love that. I'd love to do it with a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, that'd be good crack. That'd be good crack.
As long as we win.
I would love
and
it.
As long as I'm included, you can't exclude me. That wouldn't be fair.
We've Super Chelsea here saying, guys, are Chelsea fans welcome here again? Yeah, fans of every single club. As long as you're being kind in the live chat. No, you know the usual stuff that we don't want in the stream. So
look, Chelsea fans are a bit more acceptable, but honestly, do expect me to have a pop because I just love it. So I can't help it.
Oh my!
Kyle Bartley gets back to Johnson and he does manage to clear. 30 minutes played here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and it remains Spurs 0, West Brom 0. A lot more positive from Spurs on the front foot, creating opportunities. And if you are enjoying this performance from Spurs, if you are enjoying this performance from myself, David, and Marcelo on the live stream, make sure to smash that like button. Let's see if we can get to 200 likes before halftime. I imagine we will absolutely smash that out of the water when we set a new goal once we do reach that as well. If you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for live watch-alongs, previews, reviews, Tottenham Hotspur Transfer Talk, and the Tottenham Fan Voice podcast. And as well, head over to the Irish Hotspur link in the description below. He's just hit 1K. Let's get him to 2K as quickly.
Oh, nice.
The road to 5K has started, Matty. The road to 5K has started.
Come on,
for you, we want 10K. That's the next goal, Matty. Your channel is definitely well capable of reaching 10K. So the Matt Army, only you can do it. Spread the word.
Absolutely. 10K would be a huge number for me. Ben says David included 100%. 90 minutes of him telling me Klopp is leaving soon.
hey, Matty, I got to ask you this, because I'm actually kind of starting to get concerned. And I know, Fabrizio said that it's looking good, but like, how is Sonny's contract thing going? Do you have any news on that, or?
It's been very quiet in that front in the last couple of months. I think it is a huge concern, but
especially with this form, this is a little bit concerning with me, man. Yeah,
I think he'll sign it personally, but every day that goes past without that announcement video, I think is definitely adds to the worries. But I think we'll be fine there. I do think he will be there.
Yeah, he loves Tottenham. I don't think he'd move, to be honest. Oh, that's a free.
That's a foul by Sawyer, surely.
Oh my God!
How do we not get these fouls?
He missed his appointment at Specsavers. That's why.
Marcus is fantastic stream again, Matt. Thanks, guys. Welsh Spurs fan here. I'm going for a 2-0 will. Come on, you Spurs. Thanks for tuning in, Mark. And thanks for that as well. Martin says, I remember not too long ago your like goal was to hit 200 by the end of the stream. Now you've hit 190 or so likes within the first half. Absolutely. And I know David and Marcelo will agree with me. These watch-alongs have done so much better than I ever could have imagined. I thought, like, my first one I did for the Burnley game, I was here on my own, and I got maybe 2,000 views the whole way through the couple of hours. And here we are, against Liverpool with 22,000 playbacks, against Chelsea with 17,000. I think we had 18,000 against Brighton as well. These have absolutely blown up, and credit to the two lads for making it a lot more entertaining than me just sitting here telling people what was happening. I do really appreciate that. Look, 200 likes at any point of the stream is crazy, but to get it this early on certainly is humbling. Yeah,
it's madness. It's growing every week, and you know what I mean. It's brilliant. And at the end of the day, even when fans go back to the stadiums, these watch-alongs will always be here. Do you know what I mean? So.
Get that who go? Nice.
Absolutely. We don't have the luck of getting to the stadium every other week.
Yeah.
So when everyone's back in the grounds, we can promise you we'll still be here. For those who can't make it to the stadium as well. Spartan 7 Gaming with a £10 super chat. Thank you so much for that. Says the best Spurs media trio out there by a mile. So much love in this live stream tonight. I'm absolutely loving it. Thanks for that, Spartan. Hugely appreciate it.
And big up on the super chat as well. We know it's hard times out there, and you still find the money to help Matty go full time, achieve his dream. I think we all in agreement. We all want to see Matty full time. We want to be able to go to Matty for the news. So keep it up with your live chats, and most importantly, the membership shows. We want to see the face behind the name. So make sure you become a member and get on before the games and have a chat with us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I would do one of my famous promos for Matty, but it's early in the morning. I don't want to wake up my parents, so
we can forgive you for that.
I'm just gonna say, subscribe to Matty.
You'll end up waking them up.
Yeah, subscribe to Matty, or else Frank Lampard comes and take over the club. So
that should be more than enough for anyone. Muntasser says, great channel. You guys are full of energy and intensity. Want Spurs to show your attributes. Come on, Spurs, let's do this thing. Thank you so much for that, Muntasser. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. With Jiminy coming in with the $15 super chat saying, no shade, but you three together at Matty's channel or the Tottenham channel I like much better than Tottenham TV in my opinion. Look, those guys are absolutely sensational at what they do. So to be even put in the same bracket as them, not to mind his comment, is absolutely massive, Jiminy. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, 100%. Big up, Jiminy. And one thing I do want to say is, me and Matty love the two boys, Ben and Sim, and same as Marcelo. The three of us love the boys. They're the ones who, they've all given us a platform to come on and speak and everything as well. So big up the two boys as well. Absolutely love them.
Yeah, they're great. They gave me, Matty. I mean, without them, we wouldn't even know each other. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, 100%.
So we owe it all to them. You know what I mean? They're great guys.
But most importantly, big up to Jiminy. He's always putting in the super chats.
Big
Absolutely.
guy, yeah, big guy, man.
Super
Always
chat
support.
king.
Yeah, and you know what I mean. Like, it's important to support people, like you, Maddie, and these our Spurs creator. Oh, look
Because
at
Ben
this
Davis
man.
puts it back to Son. Oh, Son,
He
he's
has
so
to
many
stroke
numbers
it.
back for West Brom. He puts it back to Ndombele, who hits it. Was it
Oh,
Lamella
he
who got
hits
the
it off
block
Harry
on that?
Kane.
Oh, I think it might have been a Spurs fan there or Spurs player who did get the block on that.
Lamella.
That one's cleared by Snodgrass. David wins the header, but it's away by Semi Ajayi. Been a bit quiet in the last 5-10 minutes from Spurs, but looking to get in the front foot there again. It was a good ball out to the left-hand side to Ben Davis running in behind. And here's space for Son on the left. Can he get the ball in? He can indeed, but it's straight into the keeper's hands.
Fuck.
Straight into
Can
the
we
keeper's hands.
get a decent
It's
cross
coming.
in here, guys? Like, why does it take a whole game to get one decent cross? You know what I mean? Like, it takes like 8 tries for us.
What a ball that was by Kane, by the way. But he has to drop so deep to pull the strings. That does take something away from us when we do get into that.
Why did Lamella
into the
go
final
and
third.
block that? Why did Lamella go and block that?
I don't know. It's Lamella. No one knows.
Slide tackled that.
Snodgrass up to
Oh
win that header.
God. What the fuck? Kind of.
That shot was hitting the corner flag anyway.
I understand that, but you don't. That makes no sense. I'm
Focus
not
into
gonna
Run
Kane.
lie.
inside him. Run inside, Harry. Where are you going, Arya?
Kane with the cross looking for Lamella coming in at the back post, was defended by Semi Ajayi. Ben Davis getting in to win that ball. Good work there by Davis. Ndombele back to Lucas. Son is space on the left-hand side. Lucas picks him out. Spurs getting into the box again.
Stretching them up.
Son back to Lucas. Aurier is with him. He plays a good ball into Harry Kane, trying to find half a yard. Kane hits it, and it's a good save by Sam Johnston. But that was good movement by Spurs. Good patient play in and around the box. And Kane forcing a save out of Sam Johnston.
Fucking Sam Johnson, more like fucking Neuer, man. Every fucking time with these
Every keeper.
goalkeeper. Like, unlucky. It's a little bit better. You know what I mean? We're stretching them out. That's what we need to do. Fast passing, stretch them out. Come on, let's get a goal in here.
Lamella, it's a poor corner. But it's a good corner into a good position. But everyone went either front post or back post, and the ball went onto the penalty spot. So I don't know what we're supposed to do there. And Ndombele, good work on the right hand side. Good running from him. Looks to thread it through to Kane, but Conor Gallagher is well positioned to intercept, and he can clear that with relative ease.
Good touch by Mourinho there. Did you see that?
Get him on the pitch. Put him in the middle.
Yeah, bro. Get him in there. Get him in the defense. He's got a defensive mind.
I think Jose will always be the first to admit he wasn't the best footballer when he played, but he's damn made sure he's one of the best managers. It's Aurier Townsend down the right hand side. No real support in the box, but he whips it in anyway. And Jay just about gets his head in that as Kane was coming into the back post, and good play by Snodgrass to head it back to Sam Johnston. But again, Spurs kind of getting in the front foot, looking to end this half with a flourish. About 38 minutes played. If you do want to sync up your stream, here's the match clock. It's the closest we can get. We're about a second behind that at the moment. So if you do want to sync up, I'll leave that up there for a minute or so. Guys, any thoughts on how the first 40 or so minutes of this game has gone?
I'd be very happy.
It's been nice, you know what I mean? I wish we could just get a goal already, man. I want to celebrate it already. Jeez.
All good things come to those who wait, Marcelo.
That's true. But I've been waiting for, the last 3 games. You know what I mean, David? So I'm a little bit...
Yeah, I know. Nah, look. Let's be honest, it's exactly what we wanted to see. We wanted to come out, we wanted them to be on the front foot, we wanted them to look creative, and it's exactly what they've done. It's just the finish isn't there yet. Look, I firmly believe we will get that goal that we need, and we'll kick on from here. Hopefully, it's been a good performance. No one can sit here and say the team. It's exactly what you want so far. I emphasize that so far.
Yeah. Because, football is a 90-minute game, and we all know how these guys can be sometimes.
And we all know the second half, we never turn up either.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. Jiminy says, can we just win a game so I can actually go on Twitter and see us trending for a positive reason? I think we'd all enjoy that for a change. His son was in this corner, but it's cleared away by Kyle Bartley. Good flick.
Why do we never ever have anyone challenging a header from our own corners?
Yeah, it's concerning. That's good defending by Snodgrass, and a chance here for West Brom to counter-attack as Conor Gallagher comes forward. And they've done well there. Aurier
no foul. That is never a foul.
To win it back. Lamella into Lucas Moura. Lucas threads it into Harry Kane. Townsend coming in with the interception. Oh, those passes are just a yard too short or a yard too heavy.
But that's an easy pass. Like, this is what I'm on about. That's an easy pass to make. You do that. You make that training. You make that pass in training 10 times out of 10. Come on, match day. Our players just shit themselves.
I will say this. It's an easy pass if you look at it, but judging the weight and the amount of like power you need to put in the pass. It does take a specialist, and I think that's what we're missing in the midfield. You know what I mean? Despite as much as I've been liking Lamela or Lucas, as a kind of the number 10 role, I'm still like a little bit. I don't know.
Højbjerg looks for Davis. It deflects off the defender. Comes to Harry Kane in the area, trying to draw the foul, but it goes down. It's a perfectly good challenge.
No, I want that as a penalty. I want that checked.
But look, as Ben says here, right, since the officials are shambles, let's get a penalty bingo going in this game. Lads, what minute would you predict for a penalty in this game? Just pick a random one.
58 minutes.
58.
Yeah, I was about to say 60 minutes. I'll just do 2 minutes more. Yeah.
It should have been at 40 minutes. That was a penalty.
Oh, it was.
I'm going to go 77. It's Davis here, gets into the box and tries to pull it back, but it's deflected behind for a corner. Everyone, let's get into the live chat. What minute do you think the first penalty, or maybe the only penalty of this game, is going to be given? Let's get a penalty bingo going. I'll try to keep track of them as best as I can. Let's get a penalty bingo, and we'll give a bit of a shout out to anyone if you are right. Hopefully Spurs get a penalty in the second half. As Aaron says, Lamela has been quality. He's been fighting off the ball. He's been good and possession as well. Son whipped in this corner. Okay, nearly get his head. Ori at the back post. It's a good save.
No way.
Under viral and it's blocked. And Spurs somehow have not taken the lead. It was such a good save by Sam Johnston. As you said, Marcelo, if you're a Spurs fan, if you're Spurs, you don't get the luck when keepers come to your ground. Superb save there by Sam Johnston.
That is like Neuer. Like, what the fuck, man? Oh my god. How did he save that, Matty?
This is so frustrating.
Welcome to being the Spurs fan.
Oh, dear Lord.
That is a bad ball to give away. Come on. There we go. Good job, Toby. Been very happy with them so far this game.
The goal is coming. It just... When you get one, you're going to open these up and beat these 2, 3, 4.
Oliveira looks for Davis, but it's just overhit.
Yeah.
Might get a replay here. The save by Sam Johnston. Sunwip's in the corner from the left-hand side. It's flicked onto the front post, I think by Semi Ajay. And Aurier gets his head in it. And there's no way Sam Johnston should be saving that. He's going the opposite way, and he's readjusted somehow stretching at the fingertips on it.
Look at
that. He
that.
comes back out to Alderweireld, and I think it's Carlin Grant Ahern throwing himself in front of the ball to put in the block.
You gotta be kidding me, man.
That's a great save. They mightn't even have been going in, but Kane was definitely lurking at the back post. That would have ended up in the back of the net had Johnston not had his fingertips to that. Very good goalkeeper.
I can't believe it, man. Why is it always us? Why is everybody always up? Why is everybody so ready to play against Spurs every time? You know what I mean? I see these guys play against other teams and just roll over and die. You know what I mean? But like with Spurs, it's like a cup final for these men.
Keep going.
Yeah, keep going. Press. I'll tell you this: West Brom is a very poor team. They are really poor team. Yeah,
they're going down, and they're going down because they sacked Slaven Bilic. Go to the ball, Aurier. Stop waiting for it to come to you. That's the second time now a good ball has been played down to Serge Aurier. He's been closed down this time by Connor Townsend, and he's waiting for the ball to come to him. If he steps into that ball and gets the first touch, he can easily knock that past the fullback, and he can be in behind to whip a ball across the face of goal. He needs to wake up. But here's Højbjerg in the middle of the park. Dinks it over the top, looking for Kane. Oh,
that was almost like the RT goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Signs of the goal that Kane scored in the reverse fixture, but the defender got his head in it this time and flicked it through to Sam Johnston, who I think intelligently stayed on his line this time as opposed to his poor positioning in the first game. Good ball down the line there by
Davies.
I'm actually not quite sure who that was. Ben Davis. Snodgrass on his left foot, dinks it back post. Diagne. Lloris just about keeps it out.
I swear to God, this Ben Davies having want to wake up. He's been left at sea there, let him straight down that side. Honestly, wake the fuck up. Like, that's shocking. We've been all over them. And the closest to a goal that's come to this game is by them. By a simple ball down Ben Davies' side again. And then a little chip into the box. And
that's the issue with this defense. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how much we create. Like, these teams only need one spark of attack. And this defense just crumble, man. They're awful.
The man looks for someone that's a really poor ball.
What was he even trying there? I was never going to go
Sanchez. But, like, what was Sanchez doing? Chance. You know what I mean?
Thinks about it, and now he's just slowing it down a bit, waiting for some company. That was
giving them loads of space, and now West Brom are growing into the game, guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck.
The long sustained attack there for 10 minutes. One break forward for West Brom. And can we just talk about the marking in the box there as well? Diagne peeled off the back of the centre back so easily. He had a free header.
Easily.
It was two centre backs trying to mark one attacker, and he had a free header.
No defensive awareness.
A half decent striker, and that ball's in the back
What
of the net.
are you doing, Sanchez? You're giving loads of fucking space there, bud.
And Sanchez
back.
Oh, it's a free kick. From Sanchez. He's putting him into the corner and he hacks him down absolutely needlessly.
This goes in, guys.
Seconds left in this half. West Brom have a set piece. Get the big men forward from the back. And
if this goes in, if this goes in,
you're going to see me on White Hart Lane or at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium
from
in the second half, absolutely berating this. That's what's going to happen.
That's shocking defending.
What is Sanchez doing?
He's
making Grant coming into the box as well.
That's shocking.
It's a free kick now, a chance out on the left-hand side for West Brom to whip this ball into the box. And they got two set-piece specialists. They got Conor Gallagher and Robert Snodgrass who know exactly where to put this ball. They got Kyle Bartley, Semi Ajayi coming forward from the back. And this is a chance for West Brom to take the lead before half-time.
I fear here. This is even when we were winning games, we conceding goals from this sort of situation.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Don't let us down. Don't fucking let us down.
So those players in the box are going to run from back to front. That's a set-piece
routine.
How is he so space? Townsend standing in acres of space at the edge of the box. We're lucky West Brom didn't put that in there, but how does he have that much space?
If I'm West Brom, I would have just shot it into there. You know what I mean? Like, knowing us, that's shocking. that's shocking.
I mean, such a positive performance that way through the half, and to end it in such a negative note with Davis getting beaten way too easy by Snodgrass on the right hand side, Sanchez and Alderweireld unable between them to mark Diagne in the middle of the box, then a stupid foul from Sanchez down the other side, Townsend be left in acres of space, and this is why we're in the position that we're in. This is why we are 9th in the Premier League table, because we have absolutely no defensive capabilities whatsoever. Yeah. And we're lucky we haven't been punished at the end of the half by West Brom. By Sam Allardyce team, we'd expect them to put that ball into the box and someone to get their head net there as well. As Jiminy says, if it weren't for Lloris, we'd be 2 goals down already. I think you could say the same about Johnson at the other end, but from a Spurs point of view, absolutely, Lloris has come to the rescue a bit for us in this half.
I don't want to say 2 goals. I felt like that was the only shot on target that they had. You know what I mean?
Yeah, make that save earlier in the half as well.
Was that a save? No, I think it flew over the bar.
Oh, it could have been.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, it's just like, for me, what's frustrating is that it's the same thing. We've seen it so many times, you know what I mean? Like, crossover, the defender's not paying attention, you know what I mean? Caught ball watching, losing the defender. It's like, when I watch that, I'm like, how is Jose Mourinho really supposed to work with any of these guys? You know, ball watching. I don't see any other player in the Premier League ball watching. That's, you know what I mean? Do you see West Brom ball watching? They're always on top of their men. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've never, like, it hurts, man.
Honestly, if you're a coach on Sunday League and you've seen your Sunday League side do that, you'd go absolutely psycho on at half time. You would. You'd be in there hanging them up on the pegs in the cloakroom and everything. Honestly, you would. You'd be going nuts. You know what I mean? And these guys are being paid $100,000 a week to produce this shit. Wake up for the second half. Great going forward, but they need to wake up the second half. Sorry, Matt. Go ahead with the super chat.
Tinman007 here with the £5 super chat. Thank you so much for that. Says we can talk about our defence or our team without Kane, but we have zero creativity in this team. So I'm going to take a few comments before we talk about that. We have Russ saying, take care, guys. Good to head off now. Good luck for the second half. Thanks for tuning in, Russ. We have Lapper saying, Mac, can you thank David for applying on this channel for me? And big up Marcelo, great channel, guys. Keep it up. Thank you for that. Back to the super chat, zero creativity. I'm going to head off for 2 seconds, but David, we'll let you start in that one. Zero creativity. What do you
think? Looking at this half, I think it's been a bit harsh. I think we have had the chances to put them away. I think that West Brom, they're living on their last man. They're relying on a lot of last-ditch tackles so far at the minute. But as the game drew on, our creativity was getting less and less. I do agree with you. Look, Marcelo, what do you think? I think the first 25 minutes we looked very creative. We probably should have took 1 or 2 of our chances. But as the half did go on, we were creating less and less.
Yeah. I think we're really, a lot of our creativity is dependent on Kane, and that's an issue because Kane also has to be up forward to score the goals. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this squad is very dependent on Kane in a lot of things, and we're really missing, you know, the Ericsson figure. You know what I mean? We never really replaced Ericsson properly. You know what I mean? With anybody creative, someone with that real killer pass. If Ericsson was here, I feel
I
like
think
we'd be
that's what
fine right
Lamella's
now.
trying to do here today, isn't it? Really, I think he's trying to fill that gap with Lamella doing that today.
He's such a one-footed player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's too limited, David, in my opinion, in terms of
Yeah,
that.
he is. For me, I think Lamella works best on the right. I think it's always been his best position for Tottenham. What do you think of Lucas so far? Do you think he's been creative enough? He's causing a few problems.
He's actually been pretty decent, and one thing I do like about Lucas, and I always will like about Lucas, and it's a Brazilian motto from us, is that he takes on players. You know what I mean? He's not afraid to dribble, and that's something I wish some of our players would do a little bit more. Take defenders on instead of just always like a weak pass back, weak pass sideways. But still, you know what I mean? Sometimes in the final third, it's not good enough.
And on Sonny, I actually think he's had another poor half, Marcelo. What do you think?
No, yeah, that's why I asked Maddie. I don't know what's going on with them. I really don't. I don't know.
I think it's all the extra training his father hasn't doing.
Maybe, man. You know what I mean?
Did you watch that documentary?
What?
Sensational on Amazon.
Yeah, and I tried it's not on my Amazon, so you know what I mean. I have to wait. I think it comes out a little bit later, but I'm definitely watching that. But like for me, he also, to be fair, Son literally has played almost every game this season. He almost plays every game. You know what I mean? Even the cup games. I think he has the most minutes out of any Spurs player in the squad. So I don't know. Maybe he just needed a rest. Maybe he needs to be substituted. But like, who else are you gonna put? You know what I mean? That's the issue.
Yeah. Look, one thing I have said consistently throughout the season, you can't look at our bench and say he's going to come on and change the game. He's going to come on and change the game. Now, I know a lot of people talk about Gareth Bale, but at the end of the day, whenever Gareth Bale has had his chance, apart from Wickham, he hasn't took it. Yeah. He just hasn't took the chance. Do you know what I mean? And for me, look, and that comes down to Gareth Bale. If he wants to become the player he was, show us. Prove it to us. At least if we see you trying, you know what I mean? We can accept that. And then we can start calling on you to even come off the bench and change the game or come in and start. But until he does that, like, I just look at our bench and I just don't see anybody capable of coming on and changing the game or winning a match for us. I just don't.
We've Killian Kenny here, ambassador for the Dublin Spurs Supporters Club. Thanks for joining, Killian. Always good to see you in here. Spartan coming in here with another £5 super chat saying a defender and a creator is a must in the summer. Anything less would be a crime. And I think we now are at the stage where we do need to talk about recruitment because the players that we have here just aren't good enough, are they, Marcelo?
No. Look, it's like, for me, it has nothing to do with tactics. You know what I mean? Like, I look at the mistakes we're making. I'm looking at how teams opening us up. And I'm like, this hasn't anything to do with tactics. These are mistakes that any professional player should not be making. You know what I mean? Yeah. Any top player should not, like, if that was Virgil van Dijk caught ball watching, like, you can almost absolutely, like, be sure that he will look at himself and he's like, what am I doing? And my issue is also, like, none of these players stand up and look at themselves and be like, damn, I made a mistake there. You know what I mean? Like, you look at Sanchez looking around, you know what I mean? Like, that's what really bugs me. It's like, well, why are you looking around for? You know what I mean? You're the one that has to mark them. You're the one that can control that in your ball watching. So it just shows a sign that they're not going to improve, So
yeah, Ben here says, who would you sign, lads? Any names? I think I can speak on Marcelo's behalf and say Nikola Milenkovic and Marcel Sabitzer are certainly options there.
Mark Tarrant's at right back, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go and get me a proper backup striker. You know, I don't care if it's someone like United end up getting like a 33, 34-year-old Cavani. At the end of the day, he's a proven goal scorer. When he gets his chances, he scores goals. Go and get us another centre midfielder. Do you know what I mean? There's multiple gaps in this team we need to fill.
Nope, I would not sell Kane. I would sell Ali, but
I agree there.
Like, no, look, do you know what? Actually, on this Kane thing, do you know I had a person say to me the other day, I was talking rubbish about recruitment. But then do you know what he followed that up by saying? I would cash in on Kane and go and sign Bamford. You know, like, What's that about?
God.
Like any Tottenham fan that sits here even contemplating cashing in on Harry Kane is absolutely delusional and insane.
It's such
Because Harry Kane is the only one that gets our goals.
Yeah, it's
Our
such a
whole
small club
tactic,
mentality.
our whole way of playing evolves around Harry Kane. You sell Harry Kane, you have to buy a whole new team that's going to gel together. It's as simple as that. And Tottenham don't have a great track record of buying strikers either.
Yeah, and also, like, I'll just say this, like, when are we gonna finally, just start signing players to revolve around the talent we have? You know what I mean? We, like, at Spurs, you know what I mean? Even Levy said it. For so many years, we would just sell our best talent just to get, players in. You know what I mean? It's just like, when are we gonna start getting quality players in to, help our quality? It's just like, I've had enough, you know what I mean? I've seen so many great players go, you know what I mean? Bale, Hoffa. Well, Hoffa was in the later stages, but you know what I mean? Like, I just seen too many good players go to want that anymore. You know what I mean? I don't want that anymore.
Yeah.
No, but look, we were at that phase back then. We're at a phase now is where we can afford to keep our best players and build a team to go on and win us things. That's the phase we're at now.
Yeah, it's time to act like it.
Yeah, we have Ben here saying, what about Eze? I wanted Eze from QPR.
Yeah.
I wanted him before Palace took him, and I absolutely would still take him at the club. Steve says, how does the first half go? It was a lot better. We were playing attacking football. We created a lot of chances, but defensively, we are so vulnerable, and we're lucky West Brom didn't take the lead right at the end of the half. Snodgrass getting the better of Davis down the right-hand side, putting a good ball into the box, and Diagne getting off the back of Oliver Ireland, Sanchez, acres of space. Lloris made a good save from his header, but as a West Brom fan said a second ago, Sam Johnson has probably been the biggest difference in that first half, which I think tells you a lot of what you need to know about how that first half did go. I just want to say there's a wave of green in this live chat from channel members. I appreciate every single one of you. If you do want access to exclusive content, exclusive member call-in shows, and a little bit more as well, make sure to hit that join button down below, and everything will be explained for you down there as well. We do player ratings videos after every watch along, and I apologize I didn't do one after the Chelsea game because I was just too gutted to even talk about it, but it will be back today after this one. We've got plenty of time to get that done later on. We may also bring, if we do reach 50 channel members, we're going to bring in members only live streams as well. It'll be a lot more interactive and all that, so please hit that join button if you are interested in that. If you're enjoying this stream, make sure to give a big thumbs up. We've hit our goal of 200 likes. Let's get to 250 before the end of the second half. We set a new goal after full time there as well. And if you are new to the channel, you want more of these watch-alongs, previews, reviews, Tottenham Hotspur Transfer Talk, Tottenham Fan Voice podcast, and anything you could want from a Spurs channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button down below. And while you're at it, head over to the Irish Hotspur channel link in the description below. Let's help him get to 2K. Recently hit his goal of 1,000 subscribers. Let's give him the love that he deserves as well. David, your old lad here is coming in saying sell Ndombele. He's too slow. What have you made of Ndombele in that first half?
The baller was good.
No, hang on. Over the last 3 games, my lad has had a point. Let's be fair about it. He has had a point, and things he has said previously did come true over the last 3 games. But I actually think Ndombele's done okay this half. I think he's been good. I think he's linked up in midfield. It's what you want to see from him.
Yeah, he's looking great in the pivot. He's playing the role that he's supposed to be playing. He's not really the creator, or you know what I mean. Like, his job is not to be like an Eriksen figure. His job is to get the ball from the deep and get it to the forwards. And he's been doing that consistently. He's been getting the ball, and that's what we've been missing in the midfield a lot of times. You know what I mean? So Sissoko not giving the ball to the forwards. You know what I mean? Just passing it back. We've looked a lot more positive when he's been in that number 8 position. I don't know about you, Matty. I don't know if you would agree.
I think he has done quite well in that double pivot role, and we have been a lot more attacking. I do think he is important in order to get that ball forward a little bit faster. We've made 75 passes in the attacking third in this game, 75 completed out of 97 attempted, which I'm sure is more combined, is more than our last 3 games combined, to be honest. So it is a lot better, a lot more attacking, and we do have Kane back dropping deep, which does of course help get that ball forward. But I do think Ndombele has played an important part of that today. Excuse me, Jamie Colleen says, if it's a draw today, will Mourinho be sacked? What do you make of that, David?
I don't think so. I don't think so. At the end of the day, we've looked a lot better. It's what everyone wanted to see. Even people that were Jose out were coming out saying, if we don't play attacking and we don't go for it against West Brom, Jose has to go. Well, they've come out attacking. They've come out and gone for it against West Brom. At the end of the day, we should be about 3-4-1 up. We're not. Is that Jose's fault? No.
No.
The simple fact of the matter is we haven't been clinical enough in front of goal so far. That's not Jose's fault.
I agree.
Yeah. Kevin Hughes says, who's the sub? Scarlett, I don't know him. Dane Scarlett is a 16-year-old striker who has played with our under-18 and under-23 teams this season. He also featured in the Europa League, I think against Ludogorets in the home game against them.
And he
scored 13.
He probably should have scored.
Yeah, he did nearly score. He scored 13 goals in 10 league games at youth level this season. And before the FA Cup, FA Youth Cup was called off, he scored 5 in a game against Newport to help us come from 2-0 down to win that one 6-2. So he is undoubtedly a goal scorer.
He is the next Harry Kane. Let me correct you. He is the next Harry Kane, bro. He's a generational talent.
Might even call him Dane Starlet because he's certainly one for the future. Is the match winner on the bench Winks? I don't think Winks is on the bench actually. Is he? I wouldn't call him a match winner first of all.
I don't think he is. But look, it's bad. It's bad when the old lads call him for Harry Winks, because he's not a Harry Winks fan either. To be honest with you. All I will say is if Ndombele ends up scoring today or ends up creating the winner, you have to like him. It's as simple as that. I am on a mission to try and convert him to be an Ndombele fan, though. I'm slowly getting there.
It's a lot of defenders in that. No, we got a lot of forwards. Never mind.
Haytham says Scarlett the next Wayne Rooney. No, he's better than that. A. Cohen says, remember, it's only West Brom, doesn't mean much. Killian says, will Pochettino come back? I like Poch. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll see that sometime soon, but in the future, I think long term we will see Pochettino back at the club. I honestly believe that. The way everything went when he left, it was so amicable, and there was every party was saying there's a place for him back at this club. So I do think before in the next 20, 30 years, I do think at some stage we will see Pochettino back at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club.
I'll say this, Matty. You go on first, David. You wanted to say something first.
No, look, basically, I get the whole sentiment to Poch, but focus on the here and now. Poch is gone. Poch is PSV's manager. Mourinho's our manager. Show a little bit of respect for your manager. And just concentrate on what's here and now. Stop living in the past. These are the same people that want Christian Eriksen to replace Christian Eriksen. The same people that wanted Bale to replace Bale. Do you know what I mean? So,
a goal.
Please, Sonny, you have to score.
Oh, it's a good save again. You let the ball go in the back of the net. Oh my God!
How many chances has Son missed over the last few weeks?
That's not even Sonny's fault. That's just an amazing goalkeeping.
No, he should have finished that.
No, that's amazing goalkeeping, David. That was amazing.
He hit it straight at him.
No, are you kidding me? Did you not see that save? Look at that save. Look at this save.
He's off anyway.
As well.
He was off.
I thought he was on.
That's a great save by Johnson. That's a great save. Fuck off, Johnson, you prick. You know what I mean? Fuck off.
How dare you?
No, man. You better turn up like this in your next game. You know what I mean? He is shit. He's not even that good of a goalkeeper.
West Brom have conceded 17 goals in their last 4 home games.
Right?
Yet he comes to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and plays like this.
He plays like fucking Prime Neuer, man. Fuck off. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it, Matty. When are these
the worst part is we're not surprised either. We're just used to it at this stage.
I'm just annoyed.
Yeah.
It's just fuck. I'm just looking up in the sky. I'm just looking up at God. I'm like, when are you gonna give us a break? You know what I mean? You give juju powers to Johnson when he plays against us. You know what I mean? When unfortunate.
Here's Ndombele. Looking for that's a poor ball.
I just want a goal. I just want to be able to celebrate a goal. It's all. It's not much to ask for.
Yeah.
I already celebrated a goal yesterday, reaching 1K. I just want to celebrate a proper goal today.
Celebrate one on the pitch. At what point do we start to get worried that we're not going to score? Lamela drives forward. Lamela hits it. It's such a ridiculously tame effort.
Jesus Christ! My God!
You
know what I mean? If an under 8 done that, you'd substitute. Honestly, if you were manager of an under 8 side and he done that,
it's a little bit positive. It's a bit positive. He should have passed it to him.
There's nothing positive about that shot.
Oh come no! I mean, look at you. Just dribbled half of their team, bro.
Yeah, but Lucas Moura does that. Yeah. Lucas Moura dribbles half the team and does that.
I would argue
like that as well.
I think he was trying to give first half. Davis did it in the first half, and Lamela's it now. I'd argue that just shows how bad West Brom are. If 4 players like this who haven't dribbled past a man in 8 years can dribble past 4 of them in one go, that just shows how bad they are. Cheers for that, Jeremy.
Jeez, Matty woke up looking violence today.
I'm just saying it how I think it is,
Jeez, come on, Matty. I'm the one that's supposed to be ripping it to these players.
Yeah, but I'm angry, right?
I get it.
Score against West Brom. Oh.
I'm too tired to get angry at this stage.
Yeah. Well, let's hope you have enough energy to get delighted when we do get our winning goal.
Oh, I always do, no matter how.
No worries, Killian.
Stupid foul by Davies.
Yeah, and a chance
Water
for
is
Conor
wet.
Gallagher to lift the ball into the box. Sam Allardyce with his cup of coffee. Isn't he lovely?
Water is wet, though.
Very true. Very true. I always think Sam Allardyce looks like the big dog from Tom and Jerry.
He does. Yeah,
he's the head off him, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got a bulldog face. He does.
Yeah.
I love it. I love Big Sam personally.
Oh, Lamela does well there. Lamela does really well. He wins the free kick off Romain Sawyers. Really good play by Lamela. A chance for us to get the ball into the box from the left hand side. Bradley says, "I hate this ref," and Joe, I do too, because I don't think he's going to. Is he going to book him here? I don't think he has.
He should.
Excellent.
That's a yellow, in my opinion.
Yeah. It's cynical. He knows exactly what he's doing there.
Yeah, he's know what he's doing. That's a yellow, in my opinion.
He looks at Lamela and Barry doesn't move.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a yellow. But
Dean, the West Brom fan, says, "Dodgy Sam, bring Bilic back." And look, I said it. I said it from the day he left, Dean. That once you left Bilic go, you were going to go down. I think Sam Allardyce is the last man that's going to save you now, because you're not good enough to play defensive football. I think Bilic was getting a bit more out of that squad, and look, I don't want to see you go down, but I do think, unfortunately for you, that we will see West Brom back in the Championship next season.
I think if you sack Bilic after he gets a result against City, I think it was against City at home, right? If I'm not
I'm actually not sure, to be honest.
Or away.
Or ball in Mella. Or your scuffs his shot, and it was a result either way. Home or away to City.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's a result against City when you're, you know what I mean? Like, you sacking a manager. Like, I think, like, obviously as a fan base, I hate to see a team go down. You know what I mean? Seeing fans, sad, unless they're a rival. But like, as a board and a club, you deserve to go down after you treat a manager that way. You know what I mean? I think I think nowadays football is way too harsh on a manager. They don't give them enough time. You know what I mean? Like, and they don't put enough responsibilities on the players. It's
and that's the club that we don't want to become.
Yeah, like, I don't want to be. That's why I'm like Jose N. You know what I mean? I don't want to become like a club that just becomes like Chelsea, where we just sack manager after manager when things don't go wrong. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, excellent from Lamela again. Superb.
He's looking very good.
Here's Harry Kane looking for Aurier, but it just hits the heel of Romain Sawyers. It was a poor ball. Sawyers into Gallagher. Gallagher back to Townsend, being closed down by Damley. It's all the way back to Johnston. And I think he's going to hit that as far as he can.
Can we just get a fucking goal, man? Holy fuck. Like, I swear to God. Yeah, like, holy shit.
Oh, that's shocking. Come on. Let's go. They give me a game.
Plays the ball into Lamela. Lamela looks for Harry Kane. It's a poor ball.
That is shocking.
So lazy.
Ben says, you talk about West Brom being harsh on Bilic. What about you on Poch? Look, at the time, I didn't think it was harsh on Poch, but Poch has said many, many times he felt it was the right decision, and he felt as though his time with the club was up. So if the manager himself is accepting that, I don't think we can sit here and say it was too harsh to let him go.
Yeah, also, Poch has been with us for how long? You know what I mean? Like 5 or 6 years?
5.5 years, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we given him his time to build his project. You know what I mean?
Conor Gallagher with the cross. Davis
with a
ridiculously poor header out. And it's back in by Maitland Niles over the head of Diagne. Recovered at the back post by Grant, but he's scuffed that.
It's stupid mistakes like that by Ben Davies. They just headed that out for a corner. You're just heading it back into the danger zone and putting us under pressure.
Pass it to Sonny. Pass it to Sonny. Sonny has look.
Here's Harry Kane on the left hand side.
Come on.
Face up, Peltier. Cuts it in onto his right foot. Oh, it's a great challenge by Peltier. That's good defending, to be fair, but I think Kane probably should have let that ball go a bit sooner.
It's just that final piece that we just need to get right now. Just that final ball and that final strike.
Fucking goal, man.
West Brom aren't even looking up for this. Do you know what I mean? They're sloppy on the ball. There's no intensity. We should be ripping these apart. Well, we have been. We should be 2-3-0 up by now.
Yeah, just fucking Johnson. Just Johnson. Fucking Johnson, bro. Like, being fucking Neuer again. Like,
Son should have finished that chance.
No, that was a great save.
It wasn't. It was average. I'd expect.
No, that was a great save,
It
David.
was straight at him.
No, it wasn't. Did you see
Oh,
the
yeah,
replay?
Oh, yeah,
David.
stick his boot out.
Stop it. I love you, David, but I'm disagreeing.
No,
Harry Kane is in.
Oh, here we go. 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. Is he on? I'm not celebrating until he's on.
Yeah, I gotta wait for VAR. I gotta wait for VAR. AR for that one. Yes!
But I fucking told you his hair was on point. I told you. I said expect a goal from Harry. His hair was on point.
Let's get the video in.
And the ban is back. The number 10 is he?
He's here in the replay. He's on.
He's well on. Come on! Woo, we're back.
So long.
Tottenham Hotspur are fucking back. I've been waiting so long for this.
I love his celebration. Kiss the rain.
Sorry, Marcelo, I think there's a bit of lag in playing that video. It's a great goal. Højbjerg picks the ball up in the middle of the park. Højbjerg picks it up in the middle of the park.
Where's all them Eddie Howe fans now?
It's a good goal, though. Højbjerg picks it up in the middle of the park, and the West Brom backline parts like the Red Sea. And it's a great ball threaded into Harry Kane, takes one touch and rolls it out into the far corner. And Spurs have taken the lead. Harry Kane on a score sheet on his return from injury. And it's as simple as that. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
All right. Come on, dude.
No, we're back. Tottenham Hotspur is back.
I love you, David.
Oh, this is what I live for. Honestly, I live for this. You know, I live for a Sunday and a Thursday right now, and I absolutely loving life. We are back. What a goal! Great finish. Told you, Harry Kane. You know, people thought it was a myth. People thought I was joking around when I said it against Liverpool. I wasn't. You know what I mean? That's why you have people coming in here today asking me what Harry Kane's hair is like. Because I tell you, when his hair looks good, Harry Kane is good, and he scored today. Told you there was one coming.
Well, then we got to be getting his barber because, I mean, he better be doing the top job.
We got a super chat here by James. Says, great work, Matt, David, and Marcelo, showing some support. Let's get a winner. Come on, you Spurs. And that was just before the goal went in. So I think we can put all the credit of that goal on James Watson. Cheers for that goal, James. Appreciate it.
Come on, James. Keep sending them in. Every time you send one in, Tottenham will score.
I'll say this. Get the super chats in, because if you don't, then we won't score another goal. So if you want another goal, give Matty Hayes another super chat. I don't make the rules.
You just enforce them. Anyway, I'll be back in a second, lads.
Yep. Oh man. Finally good.
Tottenham are back.
Stop it, David. I love you, man. You always get me hyped up, bro.
Man, we've been waiting fucking over 180 minutes for a goal. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
Oh,
I've been waiting.
Absolutely over the moon. It was coming.
The thing is, I've been waiting for, us to be up front against a team in well over like 5 games. You know what I mean, man?
Yeah. Look at them. We're just carving them open. The space is there all day long. Unlucky.
Nice. Come on.
Unlucky. That's gone out for a corner. Ben Davies tried to whip one in just a bit ahead of Kane. And then Gunnersaurus, Kyle Bartley here, decides to put it out for a corner.
It's a great actually cross by Davies. Just no one in the box, really.
Yeah.
Just interesting to say that Davies made a good cross, but he did.
Once.
Yeah, he did. He's learning.
Now let's capitalize on this corner. What I want to see from this corner is someone actually attack the ball, because we don't tend to attack the corner.
Toby goal right here. I'm telling you.
Harry Kane looks like he wants another, doesn't he? He does.
Yeah, he's looking like he
wants
a hat trick. Unless I miss him. I miss him, bro. I miss him. Oh, unlucky.
West Brom
did I miss anything?
No.
Just Harry Kane looking hungry.
That's shit. That's shit. What is Højbjerg doing?
He's back. Good man, Pierre. Pull his hair. Do what you have to do.
Ooh, that's a surprise. And no baller didn't get booked for that foul. I'm not gonna lie.
Why are we retreating this far back now? I don't like this.
Well, Højbjerg, that was it. Oh my God! What is Sanchez doing, falling down?
Come on, Lucas. Come on, Lucas.
Come on, Lucas.
Lucas breaking forward.
He's
got Son with him. Give it to Son. Give it to Son.
My stream's after freezing.
Come on.
He broke the curse.
We're back. Come on, I told you. Oh, Tottenham Hotspur, I love you. I love this club. We are back. on.
Let's get the video.
Is there any Jose out comments?
There won't be. Let's get this video running. Tottenham 2, West Brom 0. It's a clinical counter-attack. Lucas picks up the ball from deep. He runs. There's 4 defenders on him, and he opens up the space for Heung-min Son, threads it into his path, and Son drives the ball back across.
He's running with a smile on his face, lads. He's back.
He is.
He's back.
I think Johnson gets a little touch in that one, but there's nothing he could do to keep that out. And in the 58th minute, Heung-min Son gets the second goal of the game, and it is 2-0 to Spurs. 3 points wrapped up.
Ronaldo is back,
lads, this is how I know life, okay? The Clown Squad AFTV back together, Arsenal losing, you know what I mean? United dropping points and Tottenham winning. This is how I've known life to be. And this is the way I wanted to continue. It's back. Tottenham are back. Jose's back. Harry Kane is back. Let's go. Come on. Woo!
Come on. So Naldo, you know it is. So Naldo, the Asian sensation, the Korean king, the number 7, the myth, the legend. Come on.
Just to drag you back down to earth, lads, and Dombele is limping off with an injury here. We'll have to wait and see how that one goes. Is it a knee? Is it? Oh,
yeah,
he's talking again. Maybe he could be okay.
No, he collided with he collided with what was the name of the guy during that counterattack? Yeah, the counterattack from West Brom. I was surprised he didn't get a yellow for that though. I'm not gonna lie. That was a cynical foul from a known baller, but it is what it is. I'll take it.
Jiminy with the 450 saying that's my sonny. Thanks so much, Jiminy. And that's him. Kane, how long has it been since we've had a game both Kane and Son on the score sheet? Outstanding stuff from Spurs. It's 2-0.
Listen, when they're together, you know what I mean? Like I call them basically rush hour, you know what I mean, bro? They're just so good together. Oh, wow.
2-1.
That's shit.
He's offside. He's offside. Diego offside.
Well,
so easy again.
That's so easy.
So easy. Simple. Ball on the right-hand side. One cross into the box. And Diagne has a free header from 6 yards out. How can that be allowed to happen?
Like, where is Davidson Sinch's head? You know what I mean here?
Like, Snodgrass has one of the best left feet in the Premier League right now. And Davis gives him so much space.
No, but he's way off.
He's offside. Why is Davis letting Snodgrass again onto his left foot?
True.
When you know every time he gets on his left foot, he'll put the ball right where he wants to put it.
Yeah,
and the thing is,
I'll say
Snodgrass only done the same thing literally 2 minutes ago before that, where he done the same thing on his left foot, ball into the box. It's Big Sam has told him, just get the ball in the box. It's embarrassing that Big Sam Allardyce is just telling these players, just put the ball in the box, you will get chances. That's embarrassing. We're Tottenham Hotspurs.
I'll say this to credit to Sanchez and Toby because they held that high line, and if they didn't communicate holding that line, you know what I mean, they could have very well played him onside. So that is a bit of improvement. I did like that. But yeah, it's shocking defending from Daisy. I thought it was Sanchez's fault, but he actually did the right thing there, staying in his line. So yeah, Davies. I mean, come on, man. We've been talking about Davies for how long now? You know what I mean? So it's just. For me, it's just like at this point, I don't even bother.
We're just used to it at this stage.
Yeah, I'm numb
it's
to
sad,
the pain.
It's a sad reality, though, isn't it? Really,
Yeah.
But look, we're 2-0 up. We're Tottenham. We're back. That's the main thing.
But I mean, I don't think Sanchez and Toby are getting credit for that holding that line because that's something we've often very struggled a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
staying organized.
I find it hard to give Sanchez praise because he also had a mare of a first half.
He did.
You know what I mean?
He did. But I mean, listen. In these tough times, you know what I mean, where we're struggling, and you know what I mean, we're looking for, you know, the club is in a down moment. I like to find some positives to try to maybe sometimes pick the player up. I know I'm a very harsh guy at times, but I also do like to give credit where it's due, really.
Yeah, but these players make you want to be harsh because, just...
Yeah,
but we're doing it up. Let's be positive.
Yeah, exactly.
The main thing is we're back. The win is incoming. Matty, I did tell you to get ready earlier on that there was 3 points inbound. I did tell you that. I warned you.
You did, to be fair to you. You're not wrong too often, David. I'll give you that.
I hope you're clutching at them. I hope you're sitting there so proud of the 3 points, lad.
It is only West Brom, but every 3 points is magical as a football fan. Every 3 points matters.
If he
People say
lost
it's
to
only
West
West
Brom,
Brom, but like I seen Spurs fans saying they'd rather us lose today to see Mourinho gone.
yeah, oh
You know?
man, David, you're okay. You're not wrong often, but you're wrong there. Those aren't Spurs fans.
There we
You know
go.
what I mean?
There
If
we
you
go.
I'm sorry, if you want a team to beat you, especially just so the manager can get sacked,
Yeah.
like you're an embarrassment, bro. You're not fit to wear the jersey or be a fan. I'm sorry, I can't back that. You know what I mean? You can be maybe cautious or nervous for a game and feel like maybe we're not gonna win it. You have that, but to wish to lose.
We've Jimmy here coming in to Super Chat, $15. Thanks for that, Jimmy. Says, I've been feeling quite depressed lately, but this channel always gives me something to feel good about. Thanks for existing and create this channel. Much love. Jiminy, honestly, I can't tell you how much we love having you here in this channel. And if ever you need to chat, reach out to me on DMs on Twitter. They're always open. Thanks for the Super Chat. Thanks for the support. And I'm glad we can offer something back to you.
Are we doing a live watch along for the game against Everton, mate?
Yeah. I'm working till 5:30 that day, so we can do an Everton one.
Jiminy,
I don't know if I'm going to be able to go.
Come on and have a chat. Come on and have a chat with us before the game, Jiminy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh man, there we go. Good.
That's Sammy J playing up front.
Yeah, I don't think. No, I don't think I'm gonna be able to watch the Everton one. I gotta fill in some time for work. I've been slacking last week.
If you don't watch the Everton game, you're not allowed to celebrate when we win the FA Cup, lad.
That's a point.
Well, look, no, I'll be watching the game. I'll be watching at work, but I just won't be. I won't be able to do the watch along.
I'm only messing with you, lad.
I always watch the games, David. I always have another phone with me, just sneak in there.
Toilet break every 2 minutes.
Yeah. You know what I used to do at school, especially in high school? We used to have these little study sessions, right? It was about like an hour long, especially in freshman year, because we weren't allowed to have any like freeze or like a break or except for lunch.
Yeah.
So I always had like big books with me, and I always used to put my phone like this, and I'll watch the Spurs game, and I'll pretend to be reading.
Oh, I love this.
Or sometimes I'll put it on my lap, and I'll just like pretend to be tired, and I'll just be like this on my table watching the Spurs game. Yeah. Although I was caught a few times because I just couldn't help celebrating a goal.
Again,
oh man,
same thing again.
That's
another big ball into the box. Come on, let's go. 3 on 3. Let's have it.
Here's Kane on the left hand side facing up Semi J. It's not no one getting forward there.
Yeah.
Where are the runners from deep?
Oh,
it's not ideal.
Who's down?
Who's Jose?
Who's that? He's down. Come on.
I think that's Ronaldo.
Matt Doherty is coming on. Well, the good football was nice when it lasted, lads. Oh, it's in Dembele.
Is that Aurier down?
It's in Dembele.
Oh no, that's Aurier. That's Aurier. That's Aurier.
I saw the number 2 and thought it was in Dembele.
And Dembele's son and Aurier all struggling with knocks right now.
Get them all off. Don't risk it. We have this game wrapped up. Bring on Scarlett.
Yeah, I say rest Sonny, man. He's done enough. You know what I mean?
You don't want to be risking an injury.
Oh, that's a shocking. How's
Kyle
Grant not being punished for that? Off the ball, he kicks him.
Yeah. I'll say this. I think Sonny is fine. He's just tired. You know what I mean? He's played so many minutes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have to say though, lads, look, I know it's only West Brom, but a lot of positives today. We've seen attitude, we've seen desire, we've seen creativity, we've seen goals. It's exactly what we wanted today. You know what I mean? We've seen us on the front foot. It's perfect. A lot of positives today.
Oh, great chest down by Kane there.
So it looks like Steven Bergwijn was going to come on, but then Aurier went down. It's Matt Doherty instead. So Bergwijn's chance, not.
I still would take Sonny off. You know what I mean? Give him a rest. Sonny and Kane, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, maybe rest them for Everton.
Do you think Jose's looking at this and seeing Sonny's finally back in form? So let's get that confidence back. Let's keep him going. Maybe a good performance in there.
Yeah, maybe if he gets another goal. Yeah,
that's probably the way I would be looking at it. To be honest with you, Matt. You know what I mean? at the end of the day, you do want your players to be in free-flowing form, especially going into Everton and City. So, yeah, you know, that's a good way of looking at it. Why not keep him on? Let's see if he can get another couple of goals.
Yeah.
And let's see if Matt Doherty can come on and get one.
Especially Sonny. I mean, when Sonny is on a roll, he is probably the best player in the world, in my opinion. You know what I mean? He's just fantastic when he's on a roll. He looks like he can't be stopped.
Yeah, Ben here from Rivalry Side TV says, big Liverpool performance incoming, lads. What are your thoughts on that one? David, Liverpool against City?
City's going to spank them.
No, I think Liverpool turn up today, and I think Liverpool turn over City. I hope they do. But I do. I think Liverpool turn up today and they'll win. It's Shane's birthday. They're not losing on Shane's birthday.
I will say this. City usually beats Liverpool at the Etihad, and they didn't do that this season. So, and they don't have a good record at Anfield. You know what I mean? They have a very poor record at Anfield.
Anytime Liverpool plays City when it matters, though, they tend to win. So, I
wouldn't say that. I remember 18-19 season. You know what I mean? The game that defined the season basically was City beating Liverpool to go ahead of them. That was a great game too. That was one of the most technically gifted game I've seen of football in the Premier League. That was an amazing game.
Can I actually just say as well, how long has it been since we've been able to sit down and watch a Spurs performance? And I'm sitting here thinking I cannot wait to watch the rest of the football for the rest of the day. It's always watching Spurs. In the last few weeks, we've been watching Spurs, terrible performance. We mess it up, and I didn't want to watch any football for the rest of the day. Now, granted, I still do because we're in lockdown. It's all I can do. But I'm actually looking forward to sitting down, watching the Liverpool game, watching the whatever other games are on today. I'm going to enjoy it.
Oh, man.
Yeah. 100%. See, like, the thing is, when you lose, you just don't want to see other teams winning, do you? Like, let's be honest about it. When you lose, the last thing you want to see is other teams winning and playing good football, especially with the way we've been playing. So, you know, I agree with you, Matt. Yeah, I'm thoroughly looking forward to this game later on now, like Liverpool City, just purely because we've had a good game today, a good win. We've bounced back from being poor. You know what I mean? So it's a good day. It's a great day. Like I said, I love nothing better than sitting down watching a Spurs game, especially with you two guys doing the watch along. I'm in my element, and I'm loving life today. It's brilliant.
I'll say this: it'll be hard to go to the gym and find motivation today, though, because every time we lose, I just go to the gym and I just think of Benjamin Davies and all these other players, and you know what I mean. When I don't think I can do more rap, I'm just like fucking Ben Davies. You know what I mean? I just like.
All you need to think of today is the fans who wanted us to lose to get Jose sacked. That'll get you through it.
Yeah. Thank you, Matty. Yeah. There we go. That's my motivation for today.
Sue here says, hope Liverpool win or my hobby will be horrible to live with. Look, football affects everybody's mood all the time. It's a sign you care, you know.
Fuck, guys.
I have to say, every other week I want Liverpool to lose, but because they're playing City and I hate City, I actually want Liverpool to win today.
Yeah. Look, I think from our point of view, I think City are going to run away with the league. I think the title is theirs. And if we want any sort of a hope to still be in this top four race, I think Liverpool could be a team we could try and pip as long as their injuries continue coming, you know, if that makes sense, or the players don't come back for them. If Kabak or Davis are a failure, I do think Liverpool could struggle to get into the top four. So for Shane, I want Liverpool to win. For my dad, I want Liverpool to win, but personally, I wouldn't mind seeing City nick it.
I hope they draw.
Yeah, that Martin said the same there as well.
Yeah, I don't hope. Honestly, I just really, you know what I do? I every time it's not a team I support, you know, I mean, obviously I only support Tottenham, but every time it's like not Tottenham, I just hope for a good game. You know, when it's a big game like that, I hope for like a 5-5, you know what I mean? Thrilla and Manila, you know what I mean? Both heavyweights just scrapping it out.
The good games.
Every time I watch a Champions League final and it's not Spurs, I just always hope for like an Insta-Bowl, you know what I mean? It's a 3-3 game and you know what I mean? Like there's crazy comebacks and then it goes to penalties.
Yeah. So, all the balls stayed in. How's that happened?
Because it's Spurs.
Fair enough. 72 minutes played here, and that is Robert Snodgrass down injured for West Brom. Spurs lead by 2-0. Harry Kane getting the first one, assisted by Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, and the second one, a fantastic counter-attack. Lucas Moura feeding the ball into Heung-Min Son, who made no mistake with his finish. West Brom have threatened. We've looked vulnerable at the back, but for now it is Spurs looking to wrap up the 3 points with 18 minutes left, leading by 2-0. We've been one sub already. Matt Doherty come on for the injured Serge Aurier, and we're going to see Stephen Bergwijn introduced to the game in the next minute or so. If you are enjoying this stream, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up Let's see if we can get to 250 likes before the end of the game. We're at 231 right now, and we got about 140 v in the live chats now. So please smash that like button. Let's help us get to our goal. And on
Look at that beautiful
subscribers,
stadium.
oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? On subscribers, we want to get to 5.6k before the end of the stream. I know it's a big ask, but as David always says, if anyone can do it, the Matty Army can do it. So please smash that subscribe button if you are new and if you are enjoying this content. And while you're spreading some love, make sure to head over to the Irish Hotspur linked in the channel description down below and give him a subscribe as well. He fully deserves it. Recently hit 1k and he's now on the road to 5k. So make sure to go and give him all the love that he deserves. And it's Lamella.
Thank you.
Being taken off.
Thank you.
No worries. No worries, fully deserved. Lamella being taken off here for Stephen Bergwijn to come into the game. Spurs' second sub.
What are the likes looking like, Matty, right now?
The likes are on 233. We're nearly there.
Come on, guys. Let's get it. Let's get it to 250. You know what I mean? If you love this content, you want to see more of it. You know what I mean? You want to see me, Matty, do this. You know, it's a lot of work for Matty. You know what I mean? David is a lot of work for David. I have to take some time off, to do it. Don't mind me. I love doing it, but you know what I mean? Like, guys, let's get to 250. Let's support Matty. Let's get the channel growing. Let's get more people. Let's get more views. That's how you can support them. That's how you can get them out there. And that's how we can just keep growing this community, this lovely community.
That's exactly
one thing I will say, lads. For me, it's definitely not work. It's pure enjoyment. I love doing this, and I can do it all day long.
I love doing it too.
Especially when we're winning. Especially when we're winning. Steve, it's 10 times better.
It's the game against Everton on Tuesday.
Get your super chats in and let us know what you think of the performance so far. And let us know in the comments and with your super chats who you think should be our man of the match today.
Matty, I might be able to make it. Listen. I'll find a way.
I love it. We'd love to have you as always.
I'll try to make it. I'll try my best.
As Biam says here, smash the likes because I love this channel. Thank you for that. And I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I apologize if I'm not. Everyone smash that like button. And yeah, actually a good show from David. Get your man of the match in the live chat. We'll have a quick look at that, and I'm sure we'll do our own little summary of it as well. There won't be any player ratings in this because, as I said, that is a perk for members on my channel, so that'll be out little bit later today for Premier League and Champions League level members. If you do want access to that, hit the join button down below and everything will be explained for you down there. Here's Romain Sawyers. Back now to Connor Townsend.
It's been an easy win today, though, hasn't it? It's been fairly easy, straightforward.
There's been a few shaky moments in the defense where, for me, I wish we didn't have. But, I mean, at the end of the day, like, you put any of these same players in there, you're going to get the same thing, so.
That's a beautiful finish.
That's a beautiful finish.
So sharp.
What a player.
Yeah.
Hair on point. Celebration looks brilliant. Finish class. Love it. Oh, another one by Son.
I kind of hope Taganga and Rodon play against Everton. Or not Taganga and Rodon. I hope Taganga, Toby, and I think hopefully, Taganga at like right back or something like that. I rather see Taganga.
I got push strength against Everton. I want to stay in that take up. I want to win it.
No, yeah. I know, but like I think Toby Rodon would be a good partnership, and I think because Aurier is obviously, I think he has a knock, right? I don't know when he's going to be back.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Aurier
taking him off, but
yeah, but the thing is with Aurier is every time he's tired, you know what I mean? Every time Aurier gets overplayed, that's when he often makes his stupid mistakes. So maybe, give him a rest. And I think Taganga can do the job.
Yeah, we have Okay Kushlu about to come on here for West Brom to make his debut after signing, I think, on loan from Celta Vigo at the end of the January transfer window. A midfield enforcer. I'm really impressed with him every time I've seen Celta Vigo, so he might come on and bring a bit of power into the middle of that West Brom park.
What were West Brom doing though, sacking Bilic? You know what I mean? They were playing some actual. That's a red.
Oh, he has to go for that.
Some got sent off.
It's a yellow card.
No way, that's a yellow. That's a red.
Look at this. VAR have to look at this. From first viewing, that's a red card.
That's a kick
out. Has to look at it. He has no reason to kick out. No reason to kick out.
They sent some off for that against Chelsea last year. I want to see the same pushing.
Let's have a look here. Ben Davis comes in, gets a good toe on the ball.
Look at here.
Oh, he's off.
He has to go.
Bye-bye.
He has to go. He has to go.
There's no reason why his leg should be up there.
Yeah.
There's no reason why he should be extending his leg even further. He knows
Davis. He did it on purpose. He did it on
purpose. That's in the cojones as well. That's right.
Oh, man, that's the red card. Where's VAR?
I weren't even looking at it.
Where's VAR? Oh, this is a joke. Oh,
They
Somebody
have
from
to
West
do
Brom,
it.
Romain Sawyer, has been taken out of the game to be replaced by Kujlu.
That was stood first into the balls.
If that's
Stud-
Spurs guy, he gets sent off for that. And he has done in the past. I'm not just saying that.
I've
Yeah,
seen
someone got
less.
sent off against Chelsea, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Son didn't even make contact.
Yeah, he didn't even clip. He didn't even clip.
That's poor from the referees. That's poor. But look, I
What?
don't know why I'm surprised.
But no, but the thing is, that's not even referee's fault. Where's the referees in
Yeah.
VAR? You know what I mean? I mean, personally, the referee, maybe, okay, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he didn't see the incident. Maybe he just saw a little bit of it, right? So who knows? But
the linesman is right there as well, though.
yeah, but yeah, where's the linesman? Where's VAR? Where's the guys to help him out? You know what I mean? There, I blame mostly the linesman and VAR. Where are
Linesman
they?
probably got put in his contact lenses.
That one.
That's shocking. No, and then this is the thing, Maddie. You know what I mean? I don't. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, VAR is just a tool. You know what I mean? And if you give a tool to a guy, you know, like for example, I hate just bringing up my construction days, but you know what I mean? If you give a tool like a chipping gun, you know, to a guy who's never used a chipping gun and ask him to, you know, chip the wall perfectly, he's not going to know how to do it. You know what I mean? And that's the same thing with these referees. It's like you're giving VAR a tool that is effective, in my opinion, but they don't know how to use it. They just don't know how to use it.
Yeah, and as Christopher, go on.
No, go ahead.
So I was going to say, as Christopher says here, they look at Souček's elbow last night, but not that. Look, they just don't know what they're doing. They honestly do not know what they're doing. And Mike Dean is the biggest joke, fraud, idiot of an official. That does help.
He is a Spurs fan, so he's up on
absolutely atrocious. This is officiating. Matheus Pereira is on for West Brom. They've taken off Robert Snodgrass. I'm sure Ben Davis will be pleased to see him depart right now, but on Twitter here, the first 3 tweets are how has Snodgrass not been sent off. I think maybe Sam Allardyce has seen that incident back and said maybe we should take him off because he's a bit lucky with that one. As the ball comes into the box for West Brom and the header goes just wide.
Fuck's sake, guys. Who's getting up for that?
What, lad, a clean sheet would be fucking lovely today, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we need a clean sheet.
Last time he got one?
Jose's looking pissed off that. He's not looking happy.
I actually changed my bed sheets and duvet covers and pillow covers and all last night in expectation of a clean sheet today. So hopefully that's a good omen.
You know your stuff.
I love Jose. Come on.
He wants us attacking. Still.
Yeah, love Jose.
Here's your Kujlu. That's not your Kujlu. Here's one of the players. This is your Kujlu.
I can't believe West Brom didn't start Pereira today. He's a very talented boy, that lad.
Absolutely. Look, maybe they did kind of see how Davis is vulnerable with players coming in onto the left foot. And it's worked with Robert Snodgrass. So maybe it was a clever decision by Sam Allardyce, which I never thought I'd say. Sam Allardyce started his managerial career with Limerick, my local team, in the second division.
Yeah, that was crazy. I can't believe that. That's awesome. I mean, it's crazy to believe that Lily White Lane, you know what I mean? Dele Alli used to train, you know, right next to him pretty much. That's insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Small world, you know what I mean?
People call Jose the Portuguese Sam Allardyce. Put some respect on his name. Sam Allardyce is nowhere near as good as Mourinho.
Yeah, listen.
There's no comparison.
Listen, I got to list a couple people.
Typical Limerick.
Listen, I can understand if you're not happy with the football. I understand if you're not happy with the situation. I understand maybe if you know Mourinho isn't your choice of manager, right? But the amount of disrespect that I've seen some people give Mourinho, I've been marking names down. And if I see them start celebrating his success, I will call them out, Maddie. No. I'm serious. There's some words that I can't, like, that they've been calling him that I can't even, like, I'm not even going to mention here in this chat, like, because it's, you know what I mean? It's the end, not the racist one, but like, you know, like I don't know. They've been saying some really I'm not even going to say it, bro. Like, I'm not even going to, like, it's not even worth it. But, like, they've been saying some awful things about Mourinho, and you know what I mean, the abuse, like same thing with Bergwijn, same thing I see, you know, with like even Martial, like the abuse.
He's offside again.
He's offside
again. Another disallowed goal for Diagne.
But like the abuse that these players get, you know what I mean, and like Mourinho has been getting, it's insane, and there is no reason for it, no reason to go there. You know what I mean? No reason to go there. So like it needs to be kicked. Like it honestly needs to be out of football. I'm sick of it.
You know where the Joseph out fans are going next. Oh, but we had 2 goals disallowed again. They had 2 goals disallowed today. That's where they're going next with it. You know that?
Yeah. And you know what? To be honest, I think both times, you just saw it there in the replay, both times Sanchez has actually done quite well to, like,
He's held
Diagno's
the
trying to
line.
curve his run. Yeah, but Diagno's trying to curl his run to get back on side, and Sanchez has physically stopped him from getting back into an onside position, and not by pushing him, but by standing his ground. So I think Sanchez could be praised for
He's
those two
improved the
disallowed
second
goals.
half. The first half he was a letdown, but he's had a good second half. A very good second half.
A good point here by Thomas Tuchel. I hope it's the real one. It says, sad people with sad lives abused. That is the reason. That's as simple as that. It is as simple as that.
Yeah, there's no reason. Like, listen, we all come here, you know what I mean? We have good about banter about Davies and stuff like that, but it's never to the personal level. I'm never going to say, oh, Davies is, a horrible human being. I hope, something bad happens to him. No, like, come on, man. No, you never should say that. You know what I mean? That's awful. You know what I mean? Like, as far as I know, a lot of these lads, that plays for Spurs are probably good people. You know what I mean? They probably help a lot of people from what I've seen. You know what I mean? So they're human beings at the end of the day. You know what I mean? You can criticize the game, you can criticize the performances, but as far as personally, like, nah, man, leave that out of the door. You know what I mean? Don't go there.
The only time you should be criticizing them is for their performances and football reasons only.
Yeah.
Everything else is a no-go. Football is the only thing you should be criticizing them for, and that's it.
Yeah, I only criticize at their job. That's about it. And that's because I'm a spectator and a fan. And personally, I think fans have every right to criticize a player's performance. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All I want Spurs to do now, lads, is go and get me a third goal so I can get my score prediction right.
I said 2-0, so you know what I mean? But I wouldn't mind a 3-0 win.
I said 3-0 on the preview. Oh, Jiminy again. Good man.
Yeah. No, I saw
$8.
Listen, as a person that's, mixed race, the stuff I saw some people call Bergwijn really hurt. You know what I mean? It doesn't just hurt Bergwijn, it also hurts like people like me, man. You know what I mean? Like just seeing that, knowing that there's people like that, it's awful, man. Like what the you
Yeah, look, we have Jimmy here saying, putting an $8 super chat saying, I've seen racism against Son on Twitter just because of recent games. Disgusting and shameful. Anyone who's racist isn't wanted in this club. Thanks again for the super chat, Jimmy, and fully agree with you on that one. And there's a verdict recently in Ireland. There was a young Irish fan from the southwest of Ireland who was playing FIFA. He was playing Ultimate Team, and he had like the Ian Wright card. And I know Wright missed a chance or something in the game, and he took it upon himself to message Ian Wright on Instagram with death threats, racial slurs, the most horrific, abusive messages I've ever seen. And Ian Wright saw the message reported, and last week he avoided prison time with sending actual death threats and like racial slurs. What that was a hate crime, and he managed to avoid prison time. Man. And for as long as people, aren't punished for what they do, as long as people don't need to verify the identity going onto social media, these things will continue to happen. And the social media companies really do need to take their responsibility into their own hands. And you should not be allowed on social media without verifying who you are. Like, yeah. Let's just take, for example, now, nothing against this profile here, Thomas Tuchel, always outstanding interaction in the chat. But there are people who can hide behind things like this. And again, Thomas, nothing to do with you. I love seeing you in here. But there are people who can hide behind identities like that and say whatever they want, and no one will ever know.
I mean, we had it done with us. You know what I mean? A couple of times.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just, I mean, for me, in my opinion, though, like, I'm so sick and tired of like the racism and. You know what I mean? Like some of the things that they're saying about, you know what I mean? Like calling Jose a pedo and all that stuff. Like some of the stuff I saw else about him, like it's not needed, man. I mean, not needed. I mean, David saw what I, you know what I mean? Like what I sent to that fan, you know what I mean? You saw what he said about Jose. I'm like, like I literally told him, I'm like, you calling him that, if I ever see you celebrate, you know what I mean? Jose's success. I said I will expose him. I will show it to, everybody. I will expose him. You know what I mean? Like, you don't fucking say that. You know what I mean? It's fucking.
As Jody says here, Rashford gets racism against him all the time too. It's so horrible.
It's awful.
Doesn't matter what club a player's from. No one deserves to be racially abused. No one does. And it's not just racist abuse. It's every type of discrimination, every type of personal abuse on any level other than you didn't play well today or you did play well today. Has absolutely no place in football.
If you're white, black, brown, red, orange, you don't deserve it. You know what I mean? Based on your skin color, culture, or anything like that, nobody deserves it. You know what I mean?
Look, instead of tearing people down and tearing their dreams apart, why not just build these people up and help them build their dreams? Help them create their dreams. You know what I mean?
Don't say anything,
Criticise them on
David.
the football. Nothing else matters. Like, you know, at the end of the day, we're all football fans, no matter where we're from across the world. We're all football fans. You know what I mean? No matter what race, what colour, whatever. We're all football fans at the end of the day. If you're gonna talk about football and criticise about football, you criticise about football. Nothing else. Nothing else should even come into it. It's as simple as that. You criticise what you see on the pitch, and that's it.
Yeah, or you know what I mean, like don't go and say anything. You know what I mean? I've seen some shocking performances where, you know what I mean, part of me say, you know what I mean, want to, you know, tweet out of some of these players and say, what the fuck was that, guys? You know what I mean? Disgusting. That was disgrace. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But I just hold back. I'm like, I'm gonna chill out. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? Like, listen, well, first off, I'll never understand the racist comments or the abuse, right? But I can understand how, you know, some people can get very angry and, you know, start, you know, swearing at players and media and stuff like that. But it's not the right thing to do. You know what I mean? Like, you need to just relax and, you know what I mean? Like, if you have nothing nice to say in someone, don't say it at all.
Yeah. And like one thing, I wouldn't say it's an argument people use against what they're doing, but people say, "Oh, well, look, it doesn't matter that much if the player doesn't see it." But like Marcelo said, it doesn't just offend or insult or hurt the people that it's said to. It hurts the people who see it, who you know might be the same race as the player or might be from the same place as the player. And Martin was saying, I was watching the Goldbridge stream last week, and someone sent a super chat disrespecting the Munich disaster, but the idiot didn't realize that he gave his details to Google, so they know his name. So this guy sent in a super chat. I haven't seen a super chat, but it was the most disgusting like joke and like, as he said, just disrespecting the Munich air disaster. And Goldberg saw it and he said, "You've just sent me a super chat, which means you've given your payment details to Google, so Google know this person's name, they know his address, and this absolute idiot sending this stuff." And as Martin says here, Goldberg is pushing the police to take action, and this is what needs to happen with every single comment that is made. You know, like that guy who sent those messages to Ian Wright. You know, look, he's obviously learned a lot. He's known, people know who he is. He sent it from his own personal Instagram account. Everybody knows who he is, but he's not going to have to pay for this.
What an idiot!
He's avoided prison time, literally sending death threats to a man because of his race. It's shocking. It really is shocking.
You know what I mean? And I really feel for Ian Wright because, you know, I've been there, man. You know what I mean? I like I said, I've been in the back ended from other people, and it's a sad place to be in, man. You know what I mean? Like, and sometimes you just get down, but fuck them. That's all I have to say.
That's all you can say. That's all you can say. As Arsenal for Life says, racist cowards. It's disgusting. And look, anyone in this live chat, if anyone ever does make comments like that, if I see anyone that I know from here on Twitter, on Instagram, or anything like that making comments, you're banned for this channel straight away. That's as simple as that. But look, we're just gone into added time in this game now. About 4 minutes left in this one. Free kick for West Brom, a chance to get the ball into the box. And actually, Ben making a good point here. That guy who made those comments to Goldbridge is an ex-copper himself, so he'll know how to deal with that.
It's crazy that he's an ex-cop. I couldn't believe that. That was a great story. He has an interesting.
Like Brent Cesare or something.
Yeah, it's not even his real name.
Take the throw in there.
What?
Big Sam Allardyce pretended he went to take the throw in there.
I love Big Sam.
I love him, but not his football.
No, his football is dreadful, but I just love his personality.
Do you know,
it's good to see him back in the Premier League.
Yeah,
I love a win in a 3 points. Brilliant, absolutely love it.
I love this comment against Liverpool. You know, when they said, you know what I mean, Big Sam, you know what I mean, were you upset like that? You know, some of your build-ups didn't go to goals. You know what I mean? He's like, look, I'm just glad the ball went in. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I really care about. It's a point. Like that's Big Sam summed up perfectly. And let's go back to a little bit more positive, guys. You know what I mean? We're winning. I know it's important to talk about it. I always think it's important to talk about stuff like this, but let's go back to positives. Oh, when the Spurs go marching in. Oh, when the Spurs go marching in. I wanna be in that number. Oh, when the Spurs go marching in. Oh, when the Spurs.
Oh, when the Spurs
go marching in.
Go marching in.
Come on.
Oh. Well, I can't wait to get back to the stadium.
Oh, stop.
To the stadium for the first time. I've never actually been to a game at the Spurs Stadium. The new one.
Oh yeah, you have. I was about to say, yeah, you've been to White Hart Lane, but Yeah.
Everywhere
The new one.
we go.
Listen, if I am a little bit jealous of you, Maddie, and David, because if I could, and I had one wish, you know what I mean, it'll to see the old lane, you know what I mean, and
Yeah.
and just like knowing the fact that I'll never see it, it's just, it really hurts. It hurts,
I'm
man.
not going to lie, lad. That place used to be absolutely bouncing. Absolutely bouncing. Small stadium, but my God, the Spurs fans were some of the noisiest in the league. Absolutely love it.
Dane Scarlett is getting his Premier League debut. It'll last
Imagine
about 70 seconds, but Dane Scarlett's on. Well, he's
if he
coming on.
scores. If he scores, I'm gonna go insane.
Oh my God, he's on for Son. What a man to replace for your Premier League debut. I will lose my crap if he puts it in the back of the net.
Should have put him on for 5 minutes.
Noise
everywhere we go.
Come on, Scarlett.
Everywhere we go. Everywhere we go.
Where the Tottenham boys are making all the noise. Everywhere we go. Come on. Easy 3 points. I told you we'd win today. I'm so happy. Come on, give it to Scarlett.
Give it to him. He might not do anything with it. Give him the ball. Oh, Davis, give him the ball.
I hate Davies.
Here's Lucas. Play it to Scarlett. Oh my God, give him the football. He's on the pitch for 30 seconds.
You're just dying for him to have a shot.
Oh, I just want him to get possession, touch the ball.
I'll say this. I like his movement though.
Yeah, he was opening up a lot of space there.
Yeah, he's a guy that can find space. I thought that was Kane for a second. I was like, what is Kane doing there? You know what I mean? I thought Toby was Kane for a second.
He's not going to get his touch, Scarlett. I was such
easy
an
like
ball for Davis to give it into
him.
Oh, poor Dane.
Hey, we got the 3 points. 2-0. I told you. I told you it was going to be 2-0.
Oh,
who's got booked?
Delighted.
Someone just got booked. Conor Gallagher got
Gallagher.
Let Scarlett take the free kick. Oh, just give him a touch of the ball. 16 years of age. What a moment for him. Please stop spamming in the live chat.
Everywhere we go.
Get off with that, Scarlett. Oh, just over his head, and there's the full-time whistle. Full-time at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It is Spurs 2, West Brom Watchalong 0. Goals from Harry Kane and Heung-min Son are all Spurs needed to get back to winning ways after losing 3 games on the bounce for the first time in almost 9 years. A brilliant performance, attacking football. They put West Brom to the sword in the second half, and they had absolutely no chance. A few chances at the end of the first half, but Lloris did just enough. They did have 2 goals disallowed in that second half. Diagne offside both times, both right decisions as well. Robert Snodgrass perhaps lucky to avoid picking up a red card when he kicked out of Clay Davis at a wonderful moment as Dane Scarlett made his Premier League debut. David, we're back to winning ways. It's an outstanding performance in every meaning of the word. What did you make of that?
Absolutely brilliant. What a weekend. What a day. You know what I mean? Look, everyone said they wanted to come out, see attacking football, see us on the front foot, see a few goals, see us creating chances, and first and foremost, see them actually give a shit about the badge. We seen that today. We got everything we wanted. And to add to it, you know, we got the bonus. We got the bonus ball like you do in the lottery. You get the clean sheet. Absolutely brilliant. It's what you want. 1K subscribers, getting to watch the game with Matty Hayes, Marcelo, getting 3 points, seeing Son and Kane score. It's a glorious weekend. And to add to it again, the Premier League gave me another bonus. Arsenal lost. The Gunnosaurus and the Clown Squad are back together. AFTV, baby. Back together, watching them lose. Brilliant. You know, United drop points. Perfect weekend. Great start to the day. Great start to Sunday. And it's easy like Sunday morning.
Hey, Arsenal for life. I know you're in the chat. I'm sorry, bud, but mind the gap.
We have been absolutely atrocious in the last month, maybe even 2 months. We're 5 points ahead of Arsenal with a game in hand.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's comical. Crazy. It's absolutely comical.
That is, I'm not gonna lie, that is the worst Arsenal team I've seen in a while, man. This Arsenal team. Oh man.
Yeah. Anyway, look, let's get back to Spurs. Let's talk about the team that matters.
Yeah.
Spartan 7 games. David called it. Yeah, David called it. We need to keep a better look at Harry's hair. David, how do you know? What is it about Harry's hair that lets you know how the game's going to go?
I just know, look, when you see Harry Kane come out, there's no crease on his jersey. It's tight fitting. The number 10 is just like an icon on the back, right? And you see his hair perfectly combed back. The sides, there's not a hair out of place. You know it's going to be a good day. I mean, this is a little trick I picked up over the last while analysing Harry Kane. You know, I thought maybe it was just me, but the more I seen it and the more I was kind of judging it off his hair, I knew what Harry Kane we were going to get. So I released it to the public, and now people are waiting for it, and now they know. That's the secret behind Harry Kane's success. Is his barber.
Absolutely love it. Look, we said we wanted to get to 250 likes by the end of the game. We're on 248. So please, I'm sure there's two of you there that haven't hit that like button just yet. We've got over 14,000 people have joined us. We've got nearly 170 in here right now. Please, someone smash that like button. Here's the Premier League table. Spurs with this victory move up to 7th, ahead of Chelsea and ahead of Aston Villa. 22 games played. We have a game in hand on West Ham, who we sit 3 points behind right now. Of course, some big games in the Premier League later today as Liverpool take on Manchester City in that top of the table clash. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say top 4 is back on because I don't think it is. We saw a comment there.
Come on. It is.
No.
Come on, it is.
We saw a comment here from Bradley saying this result means nothing if we can't put a run together. You know, our next two games are Everton and Manchester City. It's so difficult to put any sort of a run together now. And the momentum we've gotten from today could be really scuppered by the games that come up just there. We have Ben saying, well played, lads. It was great to join you for the game. We'll be doing our first watch along very soon. I'm sure it'll be entertaining. Keep up the good work, lads. Like and subscribe, people. Ben, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for the interaction. Anyone, look, as David said a while ago, head over to Rivalry Aside TV, smash that subscribe button. Some outstanding content in there from fans, as the name suggests, of different clubs. I assure you won't regret it if you go over and check them out. James says Kane's hair has a direct correlation to his goal output. Marcelo, Kane and Son back on the score sheet together for the first time in so long. How much of a pleasure was it to see that happen?
Man, the dynamic duo, you know what I mean? Rush Hour, the buddy cop movie, you know what I mean, bro? Like they're basically, I mean, what can I say about the two guys? You know what I mean? I love them, and they got us the win today. I was hoping some other players would, get in the score sheet. Maybe Lucas, Lamella. Still not enough, you know what I mean? The one thing I would criticize, I've been, pretty positive today, but if I was going to be a little bit negative, not enough from the right-hand side, and the defense still looks shaky. And against top opposition, we can't be doing that. But hopefully, I don't know do you have any news about Reguilon and when he could come back?
At the end of February, start of March. It will be a while more. And look at this, just what an image this is. Kane and Son can't smile without you. They're the heart and soul of this team. Kane more so than Heung-min Son. It does have to be said. Paul says, thank you, lads. Great stuff. Spartan with another £10 super chat saying, here's to a Tottenham win. Spartan, thank you so much for that. Gillian says, thanks, Matty Sloan. Cheers.
But listen, Matty, I'm telling you, we are back in the top 4 race. Because I'll say this. I'll say this. So now they got the goal. And when Sonaldo's on the roll, and especially against City, you know what happens, bro.
Oh, he scores
City
against
knows
City, doesn't he?
He always scores against City, bro. I'm telling you.
I agree with Marcelo. I think it's back on. Honestly, do you know what? It is back on. It is back on. Let's see how much these players really want it. Let's see how much these players really want it. I know a lot of our fans over the last few weeks didn't want it. I don't want any negativity here, okay? We've put up with 3 games worth of pure negative, pure utter shit what we've seen on the pitch. Let's just enjoy today. Let's all rejoice in a nice win by Tottenham, a 3 points, you know what I mean? Instead of a red, which is a loss beside the name, we have a green W. We have that big fat green W. That's what we have back beside our name. And there's only one way from here, and it's up. It is up. Let's all just be happy today and rejoice. Let's be happy Spurs fans today.
And speaking of happy Spurs fans, let's have a word about this man, Eric Lamella. Started today, and he 100% took his chance, didn't he, David?
Yeah, I thought he had a very good game. You know what I mean? Look, some of his passes weren't great, but what I will say is he was trying things. He was trying different things. Balls over the top, retaining possession, taking players on. Brilliant game from him today. It's exactly what you want to see. And hopefully, do you know what? Hopefully he can recapture the form he was on earlier on in the season. That's what I hope. That's what I want to see from Eric now. He's been a passenger at the club for too long. Now is his time to step up, and now could be his time to make his mark. Eric, Kane, Son, the rest of the squad, let's all put it together. Let's go and get the League Cup, the FA Cup, the Europa League, and a top 4 finish. That's what I want.
We can. Listen, we everybody's saying, oh, we can't beat Everton. Bro, we can beat Everton. This Everton side is very beatable, you know what I mean? Especially against in the FA Cup, they have less depth than us. I know they're going to go with a strong team, but trust me, you know what I mean? their strong team isn't, you know what I mean, they're going to have to fill in other positions. And personally, I think we can beat them. I think we can, I think especially if we beat Everton, and depending on who we get in the quarterfinals, I think, we actually have a really good chance at the FA Cup. Really, really good chance. And obviously,
As long as you're in it,
hopefully,
you can win it.
yeah, exactly. And listen, Wolfsburg, I have full confidence that we can win that game. And if we get through that, if you look at the Europa League, there's not many teams that I'm not too uncertain about. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's Milan, but their squad is a little bit slow. You know what I mean? I know people like to compare based on tables, but I just feel like we would beat Milan just based on the fact that we have more pace and they're a slower squad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, Real Sociedad is going to play United, so they're going to knock each other out. Oh man, look at that! The man
What
himself.
a joy.
The
That's
man
news. Come here for
himself.
next week.
I assume that's joy. But Harry Kane today joined second on the list of Tottenham's all-time leading goal scorers with his 208th goal for the club, level now with Bobby Smith. Still some way behind
what
Jimmy
a
Greaves
legend.
on his 266. But look,
What a legend.
how lucky are we to be able to watch Harry Kane at his complete and utter best at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club?
Honestly, and you have fans telling me cash in and go and get Bamford. Honestly, this guy breathes, eats, sleeps Tottenham. The guy is Mr. Tottenham. You're never ever going to see a player at the club like him again. Them days where players like Harry Kane who were so loyal to a club, it's very far and few between now. Let's start putting respect on this guy's name. The amount of goals he's scored us, the amount of times he's dragged us through games. And we were talking about things were getting that bad. Fans were talking about cashing in on Kane to rebuild the team. Okay, maybe 10, 15 years ago you would have done that. Not now. You build your team around Kane. You build your team around Kane and go on to being a super club, an elite power in European football. Let's all get respect on Harry Kane's name. You know what I mean?
That's small
the English
club
media,
mentality.
especially with English strikers and their best English players, they build them up and then start knocking them down with stupid stories. But one thing Spurs will never do is knock this guy down. This guy is a living legend. Let's all respect Kane. Let's all love Harry Kane and enjoy every last minute because he's only getting older. So let's enjoy every time we watch this guy. We love you, Kane, especially the Irish Hotspur. Let's go, baby. Your hair is on point.
Oh, look at him. That's the next Harry Kane. I'm telling you, bro. He is the next Harry Kane. That kid right there, Dane Scarlett. Beautiful. Come on.
At the age of 16 years and 320 days, Dane Scarlett is the first 16-year-old to appear for Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League. Starlet. People from Opta Joe there on Twitter, people say Jose doesn't give young players a chance. The youngest ever player to score for Tottenham Hotspur, Alfie Devine, he did it under Jose Mourinho. The youngest ever player to play for Spurs in the Premier League, Dane Scarlett, he's now done it under Jose Mourinho. We listed off those players a couple of weeks ago, David, the players who have been given their first chance in the top 5 league in European football under Jose, and the list contained the likes of Rafael Varane, Scott McTominay, Angel Gomez. It's a list of very esteemed players, and Dane Scarlett again, another man getting that first chance. Now, of course, we would have liked to see him for a bit more, even just to get a touch on the ball would have been a great moment. But for him to replace Heung-min Son with Gareth Bale still sitting on the bench, I'm sure was a magical moment for him. One player who we've criticised in recent weeks who was back to very close to his best today was Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. He got an assist. He had 117 touches, 90% pass accuracy with 98 completed, 1 key pass, 6 duels won, 2 interceptions, 2 tackles, 2 clearances. Marcelo, how pivotal is Højbjerg to us when we do want to play well?
Listen, this is what I say about Højbjerg. This is why I said don't worry about him, because he's the Danish Wolverine, bro. Even if he has, some problem, if he's not in the best form, he heals up and he gets back on it. You know what I mean? He doesn't stay in the bad form for too long. He's just a classy player, and when he's on it, which he usually is, he is the most important player in our midfield. You know what I mean? He just absolutely bullies people off the ball, and I love him, man. He's a fighter. And even when and the thing is about Højbjerg, when he is having a bad game, one thing you will never get from him is a lack of desire and a lack of passion. So, you know what I mean? He is one of my favorite players this season. Him, Kane, and Sonny, really. They're
100%.
Yeah.
Just on Dane Scarlett coming on, lads. I have actually 2 things I want to talk about. So with Dane Scarlett coming on, what message does that send out to Bale, and what does that mean for Bale? And the second is, Lucas had a very good game today as well. Let's not leave him out.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I think Scarlett comes on might mean a bit more for Vinicius than it does for Gareth Bale. but certainly both of them, I wouldn't say it's a sign that they're not going to get back on the team, because Dane Scarlett is not going to be, as much as we would like to see it happen, he's not going to be a regular fixture in this team. So I think it's maybe a little, as I said about Alfie Devine getting on the bench recently and some of the subs that Jose has made, it's almost a bit of an acknowledgement to Bale and Vinicius that your place in this team isn't invincible. You can still you will be replaced by players that perhaps you shouldn't be, but if you're not going to play as well as you should, we're not going to put you in the team. We want the best performances from the players that are on the pitch, and the likes of Devine and Scarlett could perform a bit better and maybe give a bit more to that, because it is such a magical moment for them. We have Elias here asking for a man of the match. Let's start with you, Marcelo.
It's tough. There was actually a couple really good performances, but I'm going to go Kane. Harry Kane.
Yeah, he was back to his best today. David?
Yeah, of course. It's number 10, lads. Of course it's Harry Kane. Harry Kane, his hair was on point. It's always Harry Kane when he plays.
Yeah, no, Harry Kane was pretty magical today. I think Lamela deserves a shout with here as well.
Yeah.
Aside from that, I mean, look, there were good performances, but I don't think any to that level. Lucas did well, and Dombley maybe a bit of room for improvement there. But he was carrying a bit of a knock for a lot of that game. But look, I'd probably have to agree with Harry Kane as well. Of course, for full player ratings, Premier League and Champions League members will have access to that a little bit later on today. If you do want access to that, make sure to hit that join button down below, and everything will be explained for you there. We have hit 250 likes. We're up at 264. So let's see if we can get to 300. Our last few watch-alongs have smashed 300 likes. So please help us get there. Maybe we're live for another 10 or so minutes reviewing this game. Bradley says for man of the match, Lamela all day long. Nes Kusal says we'll have Delhi coming in now as well. We've Delhi to add to this team. We've Lo Celso to add. We've Reguilon, of course, to come back from injury as well. Now, I'm not saying this is the perfect team, because we still have so much improvement to do, and that squad still isn't good enough. But
yeah,
it's all about momentum. It's all about form. And if we got that result today, if we can get a result against Everton, a result against City, all of a sudden the momentum, the confidence, and then players coming back into that squad. David, I'm not going to say our season is back on track, but how much do you think this means for our chances of turning everything around?
It's huge, Matty. You lose this today going into the big FA Cup game and the City game. You struggle to see how you're going to get out of it. You win today and play the way we did, convincingly win today, and create the chances we created today. It completely turns things on its head. But look, one thing I will say, it's still not going to cover up the board issue. It's still not going to cover up the fact that some of these players are not good enough, right?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Them issues will still always be here, no matter whether you're winning or losing. Them issues will always be there. But it's a step in the right direction. You know what I mean? After Chelsea, I don't think any Spurs fan could have been lower. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the fact that we win today, we're all sitting here rejoicing, happy out. It's huge. It's massive. Yeah. It is massive. Do you know what I mean? Look, you're still going to get these people that are going to go on the fan show later on and still criticize the way we won. You know what I mean? But they're just throwing
I don't get that. You know what I mean? Like, just enjoy the win. You know what I mean? Like,
you know what I mean? We got everything we wanted today, Marcelo. We all sat here and said, first and foremost, play attacking football, be on the front foot, be creative, score goals, and keep it tight at the back. We done everything. We done absolutely everything. We done everything we wanted to do.
And the thing I always say about this, right, when we're in the, you know what I mean, this is Jose, first bad stint, you know what I mean? And people already want him out, and people already, think he's done and everything like that. All I would say to this is, like, we go on a bad run of games, and you complain about the football. Today we went attacking, and we scored, and we looked good. So why not, like, regardless of the opposition, just take the win, be happy, you know what I mean? Yeah, haters just gonna hate.
I'm distracted this comment here. Potato's going to potate. They're talking about
he's such an idiot, isn't he? He's a lovable idiot, though. I'm only mentioning Rob. He's another great guy as well. The Last Minute Winner podcast, Matty. Yeah. I'm sure you want to plug it for him.
Yeah. I think Rob is going live a little bit later. I'll just double check there. He's going live with a Liverpool against Manchester City preview.
Oh, man.
Superb content over there. I don't know if he's doing a watch long, but I'd love it if he was, because I'd be watching every second of that and laughing.
I'd be sure to be in the comment section 100%.
Rob, put it down there. Are you doing a watch along for the Liverpool City game? And if you are, add me to it. Because you didn't invite me to the last watch along.
Make sure to pop a link in for that live stream later as well, Rob. Your mod, so it'll be able to go through. Then you should sing when Larissa is gone, Højbjerg should be captain. Just watching here some of the stats. Wolves against Leicester has actually kicked off, by the way. Still in all of that one. It's one to keep an eye on for
I hope Wolves beat Leicester.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be either 1-0 win for Leicester or 0-0.
Leicester have no Jamie Vardy, lad.
But like Wolves have not been it this season. I know they beat Arsenal, you know what I mean, but it's only Arsenal. Like, let's be real. I think in our worst day.
Yeah, beating Arsenal is like beating West Brom, isn't it?
No, come on, Rob. You gotta do a watch along today. You gotta do it. Come on. You gotta do
He's
it.
not going to. He's not.
Man.
Look, his first watch along losing 1-0 at home to Brighton. I think he's been put in the.
He knows you see. I think that's the reason why Rob has been a little bit nicer. You know, because him and Shane, they used to come in here and give it to us whenever we lost.
Yeah.
I don't see that no more. Now he knows how much pain we go through, bro. Now he knows.
Losing a game is bad enough. When you're doing it in front of 200 people, it gets that little bit more difficult. But
I have to say, it was fun though.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
No, listen, if I ever am gonna watch Tottenham lose, I'd rather do it with you two lads than by myself. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. I definitely agree. Yeah, look, guys, have you any last thoughts on that game?
Apart from that, it's brilliant. It's 3 points. You know what I mean? You can never ever find fault with 3 points. Let's all galvanise back together. You know what I mean? Let's all stop these debates on Twitter, Josie in, Josie out. It's clear that Jose is in. Let's make that clear. Josie is firmly 2 feet with 1 seat in the dugout. That's where Josie is. We're going to push forward. We're going to all come together now. We're going to push forward. Let's concentrate on the rest of this season. And then at the end of the season, then we can start talking about the board again. But for the rest of this season, let's all band together and concentrate. And hopefully the team can pick up and steamroll forward. Let's go, lads. Come on.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Marcelo?
3 points. We're picking up momentum. Sonny is back. Everton, you better be worried because we're coming for you. We're knocking you out. We're showing you why we're the mighty Tottenham Hotspurs. In City, you already know what happened. You already know what happens when you get the smoke. You don't want it. You know you don't want it. So now, though, he is going to tear you apart yet again. Your worst nightmare. Every time I say this, every time Pep Guardiola goes to sleep, he checks under the bed for Sonaldo, bro. I'm telling you, he is his worst nightmare. He is the reason why he didn't win a Champions League with City. You are nothing but a stain in the Premier League, bro. We're about to show you why we're Tottenham Hotspurs.
Absolutely. And look, before we go, the under-23s are kicking off their game shortly. George Marsh, Jamie Bowden, Alfie Devine and Kian Etete all starting for them. Dylan Markande as well starting left back. So want to keep a game to keep an eye on there. 3 points for Spurs on the live watch along with the Irish Hotspur and Marcelo. All our channel members in, all our subscribers, everyone having a great time. What more could we ask for from a Sunday morning? We are the subject. Take a look at the likes. We're 279 likes. So please, with the 200 we left, there's 21 there that haven't hit that like button. Smash that like button. Let's see if we can get to 300 by the end of the stream. If you are new to the channel, you want more of these watch-alongs, live previews, reviews, these watch-alongs, Tottenham Hotspur Transfer Talk, Tottenham Fan Voice podcast, collabs, opposition previews, anything you could want from a Spurs channel. As Rob says there, hit that subscribe button. Link to the Irish Hotspur down in the channel description as well. Just hit 1K. Let's get him to 2K as soon as we possibly can. Superb content over there. I can assure you won't want to miss out on what he's doing over in that channel. If you do want access to the player ratings video, that'll be coming out later for Premier League and Champions League members. If you want access to other exclusive content and also to the member call-in show before every single watch along, hit that join button down below. Everything will be explained for you over there. Make sure to head over to the Last Minute Winner podcast as well. I've thoroughly enjoyed this one. I know David has. I know Marcelo has. It's hard not to watch Spurs get to 3 points and enjoying it with some good friends here online as well. So we're going to wrap it up there. Thanks to everyone who has joined. There's been just over 16,000 of you over the last 3.5 hours.
Come on.
Crazy numbers.
Yeah, it's good for West Brom. Yeah.
And it's crazy numbers for a Sunday morning as well.
Especially, that's crazy.
All 16,000 of us loving the win from Spurs. Like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. And as always, thanks for watching.
Come on.